welcome. Welcome to the show today. January 30th, last Sunday of the month. Last 2 days of the... What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. My co-host is running a little late today. He will be here in just a few. Put that in the Discord live now. That way he can cover what we got going on. So before I get started with the show, tune in live. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about our sponsor website that we are sponsoring every time we go live, Restream.io. If you are a live streamer, podcaster, and you want to broadcast your content onto multiple platforms at once, sign up for Restream.io. It is free to sign up, free to use for up to 5 platforms. If you have an audience on Twitch, if you have an audience on YouTube, if you want to entertain your friends and family on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of those platforms at all you got to do is sync all those platforms to Restream.io, sync them, grab the stream key, put the stream key into your streaming program that you use, Streamlabs, OBS, whatever you use, and you can broadcast out to audiences at once. That is Restream.io for you guys out there who are big streamers, big podcasters, and want to level. So today, we do have quite a bit to talk about. But first, I want to see guys can hear this. Is Tuned In Live. I'm your host, Mike C. Soon to come, my co-host, the Empire himself, Mike. How creepy was that? Was anybody able to hear that? Please let me know. I'm doing something new. Doing something new for the podcast. I hope you guys were able to hear that. So, give me a K in the chat if you were able to hear. If you guys are over in the Jeff Hagee Show Discord, I did put a link to the show. If you guys want to join in on the show, I am going to copy a link right now. If you guys want to hop in, that would be right about now. There you go. Anybody listening over in the Jeff Hagee Show, if you guys want to hop on over. K. Got a big K from Viral Guy. All right. So anyway, my co-host Mike, he did put a couple things in the Discord that we're probably going to talk about. And I did come across something a little bit ago. I want to share this because this is absolutely coming from a unknown. Well, she's unknown to me. That was weird, but you liked it. Okay, so before I get started with that, I'm using a program that I just found online that is, I guess you could say, advertised by Discord, or advertised for Discord. It's called VoiceMod. Now, VoiceMod is a program that you could download for free, or you could pay yearly subscription fee if you want different sound effects to voice box, soundboard, different things like that, background effects, all that kind of. So that's what I'm using at the free. It's pretty cool to use. You know, you tie it into your Discord, tie it into your streaming software. Everything is pretty. It's pretty neat. Let's see. Let me see. Who's here? Who is that? I heard something. I heard something weird.
Where is it?
It was cool.
Okay.
I hear weird noises.
Cave.
Cave. Yo. Hello. Sure is damp in here. A lot of moisture on the walls. Oh shit. Did I go too far inside of her? Shit, I gotta wait for Mike to come in to use that. So anyway, first topic of the day. So there was a police officer, New York police officer, that was murdered. Yeah, I got up my VJJ. Is that where I was? Okay. So anyway, this New York City actress was fired after a rant over Jason Rivera and his funeral. Jason Rivera was a New York police officer who was murdered, killed January 1st. And this actress, mind you, this is an actor. I don't even know anything about her. I was reading the name. I was like, yeah, I don't know who that is. She had the nerve to complain about the streets, being crowded with a bunch of New York police officers, saluting, over, the funeral of this police officer. And she had the nerve to sit there and say, the streets are closed over one fucking cop. A New York City-based actress was fired this weekend. Good. I'm glad they fired her. Fuck this cunt. Was fired this weekend over the backlash over her viral TikTok complaint that the city didn't need to be shut down.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, he's here. What's going on, man?
Flying down the highway.
Flying down the highway? Let me ask you something, okay?
Oh, shit.
Are you ready for today's show?
That's badass, dude. So where did you stop at so far?
We just got started. So I brought up this article to start out. I just found it earlier. You probably heard about it. So,
Which one's that?
A New York City-based actress was fired this weekend over a backlash of her viral TikTok complaint that the city of New York...
Oh, about the police officers?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I just saw that on Facebook just recently.
Yeah, she said that the city didn't need to be shut down for one fucking cop whose funeral was held at St. Patrick's Cathedral. The New York City police officer Jason Rivera was killed January 21st by a suspect while responding to a domestic dispute in Harlem. Second police officer died days later. Friday, thousands.
Yeah, I think one of them wasn't one of. I know one of them was a woman, and I think another one was a guy.
It probably was. I didn't hear about the second one. I'm just reading about the first one here. The guy.
Oh.
On Friday, thousands have lined up in Manhattan streets to mourn the 22-year-old Rivera. But actress Jacqueline Guzman likely wasn't one of them, the New York Post reported. Jacqueline Guzman, I never heard of this bitch. The actress posted on TikTok, and of course it's TikTok. Everybody's got to rant on TikTok. I ranted on TikTok. You know what happened to me? They kept deleting my shit.
You got banned.
Yeah, well, I didn't get banned. I didn't really get banned. They just deleted my shit. So I said, you know what? Fuck your platform. I just deleted it, and I haven't been on TikTok since. I'm like, y'all a bunch of fucking liberal bitches on the internet, so fuck y'all. So she posted a rant about the street closures that prompted by the funeral. She went on to saying, "We do not need to shut down the most of the lower Manhattan because one cop died for probably doing his job incorrectly." First of all, what was he doing that you claim was incorrect? Like, a police officer is going out there risking their lives to protect stupid. Yeah, these police officers. Now, granted, I know there are police officers out there that are crooked. They'll go out there.
Yeah, there's the bad apples, but I mean, everybody has a bad apple in everywhere, no matter where you go.
Exactly. So it's like, not every police officer can be labeled as a corrupt police officer. You still got a lot of good officers out there that go out there. They risk their lives to protect people like this bitch, Jacqueline Guzman. I'll call her fucking cum guzzler. I don't know what her
Cum guzzler.
Yeah, cum guzzler. Guzzle cum men or whatever. I don't know.
I remember hearing that back in school. Cum guzzling bitch.
But she went on saying that
as somebody that we know would say, that's the biggest bitch of the internet.
Mm-hmm. She went on to saying, and this is Mel said that's what I do. This bitch went on to saying they kill people who are under 22 every single day for no good reason, and we don't shut the city down for them. First of all, where does this bitch get her information from that 22 and under get gunned down every single day by a police officer? You don't hear that on your liberal networks like CNN or MSNBC and all that. You don't hear any of that. So how are you going to make a bold, false claim that police officers kill young adults under 22 every single day? Yeah, this is
that lady's a cock something big boy.
Big bitch boy on the internet. She should be on the she should be on the fear mongering show, the Cowpoke podcast.
And I'm fine.
Speculation Sports Radio. Have this woman on your show. Interview this bitch, okay, sir?
Yeah.
But she also
right.
she continued, like, this is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. All right, I got a perfect voice for this bitch. All right, y'all ready for this? Okay.
Please tell me it's not Joe Biden.
All right. She went on. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. What if somebody was having a heart attack in the area? Nobody can get to them because it's all blocked off of one fucking cop. I'm sick of this.
That's funny as hell. That is just absolutely funny as fuck.
I should do that for Biden later.
That's tough to say, dude.
Yeah, Mel said it doesn't fit the profile. It only matters when they kill criminals that are black. Yeah, exactly. If they don't have an agenda to pass, if they don't have any kind of profile to pass, that's what they do. But yeah, that's what she went on to saying. Let me see. This is Blue Lives Matter complaining. Okay, this is a video.
Do not need to shut down most of Lower Manhattan because one cop died for
I'm trying to
job incorrectly. They kill people who are under 22 every single day for no good reason, and we don't shut down the city for them. So,
all right, well, fuck you then, bitch. You know, she did a video, her TikTok video. And she put it, the Blue Lives Matter Twitter feed posted it, complaining about Officer Rivera's funeral on 5th Avenue. Police officers and social media commenters rebuked Guzman's complaints, calling her disrespectful and saying that she should be ashamed of herself for saying that. Exactly. I should say, you know what? It's a damn shame a random bullet isn't flying her way downtown Harlem. Because what happens in New York? You know, New York City, Harlem, all them. What happens on this? They get got. Exactly. It's like living in L.A. You know, every single day there's a bullet flying somewhere. Like, why isn't it hitting some ignorant, stupid, liberal bitch like this, you know? And another one wrote, Twitter is forever. Bless your unemployed heart.
Yeah.
You're unemployed now, bitch. New Yorkers have turned out by the thousands yesterday to help us honor our fallen brother. New York City Police Benevolent Association President Patrick Lynch said in a statement, according to the Post, one person spreading hate cannot erase that. This kind of garbage has polluted the conversation for far too long. We need the New Yorkers who are standing with us to speak up and push back. Her employer, Face-to-Face Films. I've never even heard of them. Face-to-Face Films? That sounds like some terrible B-movie bullshit, you know, that's filmed by Jesse Ridgway from McJuggernuggets, who wrote on its Facebook page Saturday, it had just been made aware of an insensitive video involving one of our members, Jacqueline Guzman. Face-to-Face Films does not support nor can condone these comments made about the falling Officer Rivera. As a result, she is no longer a member of our company. Good. Rivera's partner, which was another male, like you were stating, Wilbert Mora, 27, also died of his wounds. day after the attack. Rest in peace to those 2 brave police officers. I know it's very hard to be a police officer nowadays. Even like Mel said, they risk their lives every day, and what they don't get, and they don't get Social Security when they retire. Exactly. You know, a police officer is pretty much like a veteran of, you know, our foreign wars. You know, they don't get the proper respect and care, you know, that they do. You know, and it's hard being a police officer. I was asked several years ago if I would ever, you know, apply for a job as a police officer. And I'm like, well, in today's society, it's dangerous. I mean, I don't want to risk my life, but I also wouldn't want to see those innocent lives out there, you know, end up in any kind of danger and have some kind of stupid bitch disrespect them like that. Like, there was even a day about a year or so ago, I was talking to a police officer because I was almost part of a hit and run. You know, this idiot, you know, he cut me off. He came like inches, like ass hair inches of hitting me. And I turned around and I chased the fucker down to see where he was at. I got part of his license plate and everything. I called the police. This dude even hit somebody in the neighborhood on his way down. So I called the police. You know, I waited there for the cop to show up, you know, made the report. And I even told him, I said, dude, I support you guys all the way. You know, it's stupid that, you know, police officers all over get a bad rep because, you know, of a few bad eggs, you know, and he appreciated my comment. You know, I think
I think every police officer I try to run into, I'm like, hey man, I know media's treating y'all bad. I really appreciate what you do. Thank you for your service, man.
exactly. Like it's like I said, you know, yeah, there's some corrupt ones out there, but there's a lot of good ones out there, and we should appreciate that. Okay, when you see a police officer, I don't see a badge, I don't see a uniform.
I see a guy that's putting a man or woman out there putting their life on the line, protect our families and stuff while they're away from their families. You know what I mean? They're the
Yep,
second line defense when it comes to law enforcement.
exactly. They're an American citizen. They're a human being, just like me or you. You know, that's doing a dangerous job. And as Mel said, they're heroes. They are. Police officers are heroes. Same thing with firefighters, EMTs,
Even security guards.
even
I mean,
security officers. Exactly. You know, people don't know what these people in these positions do to protect us on a day-to-day base. You know, I mean, yeah, I know a lot of us can be assholes. Like, if you're in a hurry and you're trying to get somewhere and you're like, oh, I'm being stopped for doing fucking 75 in the 45 hour zone. Like,
yeah, but I mean, I see this in some ways. I mean, yeah, there's some of us that are like, oh, damn, we shouldn't have done it. And then we come back regretting, like, man, you know, I really shouldn't have cussed that guy out because he has a family at home. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're different than us when he takes his uniform off.
Yeah, because you got to
So, I mean,
figure, you know,
think about it for a second. Next time you get pulled over, like, well, you know what? It's my fault for doing that stupidness or whatever, speeding or whatever. Yeah, 5, 10 miles an hour over the limit, they really don't care. If you go 15 and beyond, then they really care.
yeah. So it's like they're risking their lives. Like, just think about it. Every night when they go home, you know, they hang their uniform up and they're like, God, I had a bad day. I had a horrible day. You know, and man, just think about these people when you know, the next time you see a police officer getting gunned down, you know, or hear about it getting gunned down, imagine what their families are going through, their wives, their girlfriends, their children. You know what they go through. You know, it's a dangerous job. There's a lot of police officers out there that are so dedicated to their jobs that even their wives will divorce them because of how dangerous the job is, or it could affect them in some way. It's always a mental wall that can be built between a couple, you know, unless you stay strong, you know, and, you know, stay, you know, just.
That's the same thing with military wives too. Sometimes, I mean, they go away for several months.
Oh, and then there's that barrier there. You can't communicate with each other. You can't act on anything with each other. So it's like, you know, you got to think about these people that, you know, take a stand and go out there and they protect you. You know, they help you. Like that's like, yeah, I know some people are like, yeah, it takes the cops at least 20 minutes to get out to my house to do this and this and that. Well, it's like, well, I understand.
That's why
You know,
That's why we have the Second Amendment.
Exactly. And if there's anything going on in your neighborhood, let's say a little dispute between you and your neighbors. Let's say your neighbors saying "fuck you, bitch boy," and you're like, "No, you let me listen now." And then they decide to fucking call the police on you. Do you really think a cop's gonna speed out there to fucking?
No,
No.
it'll take him a couple minutes, but I mean, that is
Oh
pretty
man,
funny.
I wish I could change. I wish I could change my fucking voice to Hubbard. That would be nice. If someone gets pulled over, it's for a reason, but no one wants to admit their failures, faults, or whatever. It's either the police officer's fault and someone else's fault. People just need to stop and listen. Yeah, it's
Do you
like,
remember? I think this happened during, I think 2019 and 2020. There was a video of an officer, some dude flipped off the officer, and the officer just reamed the shit out of this guy
damn.
in a blue car. I think it was in New York.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, it was world. It was even Ben Shapiro played the damn thing. It was so funny. He's like, what we officers go through and shit. And he's like, do you have anything in this fucking backpack? I mean, this guy was cussing the dude. I was like, damn.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I think it's out there. I think the video's out there, but I don't know what the hell it'd be under though. But it was pretty hilarious.
That's alright to do that, but yeah, when you read an article like this, and you hear about some stupid bitch, shitting on a police officer like that, who was gunned down, like, COVID kills. Okay, we all know that. And I'm not going to get in a whole debate about COVID because we've talked about COVID about 100.
We've talked about COVID like 900 times.
900
But here's
times.
the thing. Let's hold off on the COVID part to the end because this is going to connect into it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's kind of homemade Fauci.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so Mike, as the other day you was talking about, Joe Reagan and all that, and I said there were some things going on with the Russia and Ukraine conflict.
Yeah.
And I showed some articles. Well, here's the thing. Okay, this goes back to 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember when the the 2016 where Hillary and was the nominee pretty much? Well, there was something between Hillary and Joe Biden don't like each other.
Oh, exactly.
That's been stated with everybody. Well, Joe Biden was going to make a run for 2016, but he was thinking about it. And that's when the Russian conclusion and the Hunter Biden scandal and all this turned up. And do you remember the Spygate with Trump's like, oh, well, Trump talked to the Ukrainian president and that lasted for 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's so funny. Why? Now they're saying, oh, well, we're going to send troops to Ukraine for, but hold on a second. Why is Biden not really taking an aggressive action? What does Putin have on Biden out of all this? Which connects to China, what does China have on Biden?
Mm-hmm. There's always
And that's
some kind
when
of
the
crook
Hillary
connection.
Clinton, now listen, this is when Hillary Clinton gave the uranium to the Russians. So some kind of deal was made between that from 2016 onward with the Clintons and the Russians.
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm getting at now with the Russian thing? And the Ukrainian president's like, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But Biden says, no, 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 we're going to go in there and do something about it.
Yeah.
Hillary has something to do with the whole, but something in the Democratic Party is going on, and and Biden just made it very, very suspicious with the Russian and Ukrainian crisis right now. He made it so suspicious, not even funny.
It is.
But
like,
our eyes should be more focused on China right now because of this whole Wuhan thing and
yeah.
all that. I think this is just a smokescreen to cover something that's going on in China.
It always
really
is. And it's funny because, like, the Clintons, they're always into something dirty. There's always something going on, like Mel said. I'll throw this out there as a little tidbit, okay? So, Mel has a client that she sees after sometimes. Not going to say who. Not going to say where. Last week, we were out on the walk. Wait, no. Hold on. Don't say. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I don't even remember what the name is.
We're not gonna. We don't mention names on here.
No. But let's just say she heard from the Big Willie himself.
The Big Willie. Will it be Willy Wonka in a chocolate factory? Damn, I'm missing some chocolate, man.
I wish there was a fucking Bill Clinton soundboard in here. Or
well, we do have Hillary and we do have Joe Biden.
Let me see. I wonder.
Actually, no, hold on. If Biden come in here for about 2 seconds real quick. Biden, what's going on, man?
I don't even know if I can find that in this sound. I got a specific soundboard.
I thought you had it.
Well, this is a different soundboard I'm using. The other soundboard, yeah, because the other one that I had that I was using was a website, and I had to go through like all kind of stupid shit to get to that soundboard. Yeah, there's nothing in here. I'll find it later. But yeah, he heard from the Big Willie himself, and I was like, Bill, like he's like, yeah, he sounded the same as he does in real life. I was like, holy shit. But
you know what's sad about this whole thing too, about the Iranian nuclear money thing? Why can't we give it to the American people now, since the inflation's gonna be going up even higher within the next couple of years? We're all getting screwed at the grocery shops and everything, but we'll give Iranian and Taliban bonds and all them other people millions of dollars, but we can't even take care of our own people.
Yeah, we already in that situation anyway.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Oh well, we screwed up Afghanistan, but we'll keep giving you millions of dollars. I mean, hell, we just gave you billions of dollars of equipment. Shit.
Exactly. Like why not? You're already paying out $5 a fucking pack of bacon or $7, whatever. No, what is it? Bacon like
it's about $5, yeah, depending where you're at.
Or if you get a big pack of bacon, it's like $8 now. Like they were just talking about it. Sometime earlier this week I was reading it and they said, oh, if you think groceries are high now, the price of this product and that product is going to go up by like 20%. And I'm like, of course it is. Is that why I just got my raise at work?
But yeah, do you remember when the gas prices started going down 7 cents and everybody on freaking CNN, NBC, oh my gosh, gas prices dramatically dropped. What, 10 cents?
I will
over a damn year or two, over a month or so. I'm like, damn.
I will say this, and it is a reliable source. You know, just not to put their name out there, but you know who you are. This is a reliable source. I just got this information from, but they just say you could tell them that there will be a crash in the next couple years.
It's called the Great Reset. Even who was it? Glenn Beck has talked about it. Dan Bongino, Ben Shapiro, I think, hasn't jumped on board on that yet, and also Mark Levin has talked about it.
Yeah, every big name out there in podcasting and the conservative shows and all that.
Here's the
everybody's
thing.
Talking about it.
It's not going to happen like right now.
No,
they're saying.
it's taking a while.
They said there's a lot of things that's still in play that can cause it to go down like that. Now, they just raised interest rates. I don't know if that's on credit cards or not, but I think it's on credit cards, which means if your credit was 12% now, it's probably doubled.
Yeah.
But I know that the Fed had either said they had to increase interest rates, or do something else, or there was going to be some kind of big consequence that's going to happen. And they also, I know right now they were talking about tax cuts, about this new stimulus bill that's supposed to be coming out. Now, I don't know if they're going to give us a stimulus check or not with inflation going up so damn high, but it's possible still.
I don't see them doing that, but because
I see maybe just one this year. I see maybe just one, but I'm talking for like the Social Security beneficiary people that only got 5.9.
Probably.
Well, the 5.9 doesn't cover the 7, so.
People that
are living off them checks monthly, it doesn't cut it.
But yeah, she says she'll find out. But yeah, it's funny you say that, because actually I read about it a couple weeks ago where it was talking about I think I shared it with you. I think it was like a possible.
You might have.
A possible stim coming in February.
The Fed chairman Jerome I forgot what his name, Powell. the chairman Powell, the Fed guy that
Mhm.
prints the money. They can't stop it because it's so much wrong. Because the Democrats want this Build Back Better plan, which is not going to pass because Joe
No, it
Manchin
ain't.
and Christian Cinema is not going to do it.
Nope.
And these idiots just want to keep pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. Well, they've already lost everybody in the freaking Senate just about.
Yep.
I mean, the only way that thing's it'll pass the House, but it won't go through the Senate. It's a dead bill on arrival.
It is.
But you know what? Oh, good old Sleepy Joe. He just keeps it coming, keeps on giving to giving, don't give no more.
Yeah. Even Mel is telling me that you know, since I said that you'll be a crash in a couple years, that's why she said she's telling, you know, she was telling me because we're looking for a new place to move to now. Probably not gonna be here for a couple
Crisis is coming
years.
soon too.
Yep, that's why. That's why she said in the next couple of years we could find a house when the the economy crashes, you know, and housing goes
BlackRock
down.
but the the federal bank called BlackRock. I'm not sure if you heard about that scandal where it buys all the houses that are foreclosures and all that and
I
sell them for double the price. I'm not sure if you heard about
I
that.
heard about it years ago. I did. Yeah, I didn't know what the name of it was.
It's back again.
Yeah.
And now they're busting on now they're busting their balls now because of that. Because of double the prices on everything, rent's gone up, everything going up. They're slamming down now on BlackRock because of that housing crisis
Oh wow.
and making things double the pricing and all that, which I think that's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Having the federal buy everything and then they want you. And the thing I saw about this too is if you think about it, if the federal government's buying all these houses, you know what they're going to do? They're just going to rent them because they want you to rent. They don't want you to own a damn thing. And that's why people now either sell now quickly and get something new quickly, or the Fed's going to buy it and everybody's going to be renting soon because everybody from the West Coast is practically renting. I mean, I saw a map on
Mhm.
Dan Bongino showing a map that says what all the people in the West Coast. There's maybe about 2% people that own their own homes in certain counties of the West Coast, but majority of it's all heading east, and most of the East Coast, everybody owns their shit. Now
Yeah.
tell me if there ain't something wrong with that picture.
Yeah, even Mel just said that the houses in the area that we live in, because we're in Maryland, and anything surrounding our area, like, you know, like Baltimore, D.C., Prince George's County, Carroll County, all that. She said the houses in our area, the prices have tripled. So that's why we're waiting, you know, for the housing to fall. That way they could get down to a fraction of that price, and it would be
Hey,
affordable
Florida's
to move
calling y'all. Come to the best governor.
If I didn't mind hurricanes and shit like that, man, I'd be your neighbor, man. We'd be out that.
Oh, shit,
We'd be out back.
There's places where I live right around here. Land's for sale.
I'd be your neighbor, man. We'd be out back with a fucking 12-pack every Saturday, Sunday night.
Damn right. Friggin' hell. I mean, the hurricanes really ain't that bad. You only get a real bad one every once 10, 20 years. It's not bad as everybody thinks it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you live in Wyoming and shit where, you know, they get it every year pretty much, but I mean, we don't get them really bad. I mean, tropical storms, category 1s and 2s, that's really nothing compared to Hurricane Michael. You know what I mean? Hurricane Michael was the worst I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Because I remember that day, I think I told you about that. I was like, holy shit, dude, I've never been shaken up out of a hurricane in my entire life except for that one.
Well, if we're still living and all, man, and I know we'll be, you know, hopefully we'll still be friends by then. Mel said, yeah, when
we'll
the
still be. I mean,
when the
shit,
kids
I come
turn
up there,
18,
I'll race you in a damn little scooter thing, man. Put an eyes on that bitch.
She said when the kids turn 18, we'll head down there. we'll be like, okay, y'all 18 now. You could choose to live with us or whatever, but we're going down south.
We're going south. We're going to Governor DeSantis state.
Yeah.
Screw this Hogan bullshit.
Yeah, you know, in about 10, 12 years when fucking COVID's still a thing, you know, scaring people.
10, 12 years will probably be out of debt by then.
Yeah, I know. You know, the Great Reset, because it's like everybody was blaming
It takes about
Trump.
10 years. And, you remember the one reset? I think there was a reset in 2008 or 2000. Remember we was talking about, I think, maybe a year or two ago?
Yeah, it was the 2008, 2009, yeah.
Yeah, it was that stimulus check that made the thing go back up to 12.
Yeah, the one I never got.
Yeah, the one you never got and I got. But he was talking about that, and the stocks dropped down to 8,000, I think. Maybe it was a little lower than that.
Yeah.
And It was that was a bad year because gas prices was $5.24 in DC one time. I remember exactly. And then you remember them prices were freaking ridiculous.
God damn.
Like for a gallon of gas, you was paying like $5.30 just at your local gas station, and it was bearable.
I was making like
Until I
$10
forgot
an
what
hour
they
then.
did to fix that shit.
Yeah, I was making like $10 an hour at that point in time. I was bringing home like I was even working
I had to use quarters
overtime.
just to get a $2 gallons just to get 2 gallons of gas. I had to pay $2 just to get home, and I barely made it home.
Damn.
And I was working a night shift.
And remember, people, that was under Obama. Obama had just gotten in office.
That was Obama, and this is the same shit Biden's doing is what Obama did, is what happened during Obama in 2008.
Hell yeah. Oh, goddamn. So we were talking about, because you mentioned about the stimulus. I know there's still stimulus checks going on out there in California.
Yeah, but there's a state there's a state stimulus. I'm talking about the federal, which means that they have the targeted people throughout the entire United States, not just one state.
All right, well, let's see what this
But
one.
there is one, but I mean, I haven't listened to Stephen Gardner yet, which is the guy I listen to about it, and that's the only person I listen to about it because I get better information off of him than I do Morning Invest by Clayton Morris, which that guy's a joke.
All right, so this article I just found a little bit ago on Yahoo Finance. This was posted January 15th. Can Americans expect stimulus checks in 2022? Experts weigh in. The year opened with a debate over the American Rescue Plan, which would go on to boost the household income by $1,400, $5,600 for a family of four, through a third round of direct economic impact payments. Now that the year is over, the big question is whether 2022 will see a fourth round of payments, even if the checks aren't as big. Go banking rates? Asked experts, and the answer is it depends on who you are, where you live, what you do, and the political headwinds that are standing in the way. Some new parents will get $1,400 in 2022. Parents who have a child in 2021 or who had a child in 2021 might have their refunds padded it by $1,400 when they do their taxes in 2022. So if you are a new mother, if your child was born last year, you could be looking at $1,400 extra dollars this year for taxes.
And your taxes, yeah.
Yeah, most people had already received.
But that thing stopped too, which I'm surprised you're talking about the child tax credit, which actually ended in December.
Yep,
and that was because it was running out of they ran out of money, and they were supposed to pass a bill, but the bill better would have made that stimulus go an extra couple of years, but they didn't get to it because Joe Manchin. You can thank him for that one.
Good. Yeah, because that would put us more and more into debt, and then of course the big shutdown. We're all fucked. So let's see. Most people who have already received their American Rescue Plan payments in full, but those who haven't might be able to claim their economic impact payment as a recovery rebate credit. Provided that they file their tax returns first, parents of children born in 2021 will be eligible for the stimulus check early next year. Like the previous stimulus checks, they would still be required to meet the income eligibility requirements, which means they need to make no more than $75,000 a year. Depending on where you live, might be eligible for a stimulus too, in one form or another, no matter what the federal government does. That's bad news for people in non-stimulus states who are hoping for a fourth federal package. Some states are forming.
But there's also the COLA 2022 thing going on too for Social Security benefits.
Some states are forming their own stimulus money, making it even more unlikely that the federal government will create more stimulus checks. Many states like California, Georgia, Connecticut, Florida, New York, Tennessee did indeed deliver supplemental stimulus payments. Some of those states might continue the programs into the new year, but they're not the same everywhere you go. Some took to the form of nearly universal checks, Others were specific to certain occupations like teachers or first responders, while others were reserved for students or administered through the expansion programs like SNAP, a food stamp. Beyond that, don't get your hopes up. There is a widespread consensus that the political will that would be required to push through a forced stimulus package simply doesn't exist. Unless conditions get dramatically worse, it's unlikely that more direct stimulus checks will be sent out next year. The current administration has shown little appetite for passing such measures by executive order. Congress have been dragging its feet on passing major infrastructure spending. Yeah, because they're still dependent. They're still trying to pass that, ain't they? The fucking better bill.
They're trying to do the Build Back Better, but in a smaller form of it, which ain't gonna pass because people don't want. People are okay. Here's the thing I think about this child. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd be more fair of if everybody gets one that makes make it targeted 75,000 or less to get the 1,400.
Yeah.
And then just that's it. Anybody ever makes over 100,000 or more, they can survive still. It should be more focused towards targeted people, I think, if they're going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was saying, first responders, like police, firefighters, EMTs,
even Social Security beneficiaries, because they don't get that much as well. I mean, that 5.9 didn't really do anything.
Or if they want to get technical, go for people like me or you. The middle to lower income households.
The middle lower class.
Yeah, like the higher class. I mean, I think
higher classes they could survive. I mean, look at Elon Musk for example. That guy, he just bringing in the cash, man.
Oh yeah, I seen somewhere where it said it compared him to what was it, Warren Buffett, I think, where it was like how much money they make in a year. And then how much they pay out in taxes. It was like Elon Musk.
They pay out a lot more in taxes than the rest of us do, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've seen a chart about it.
Yeah, because I think Elon Musk paid, $15 billion in taxes. And Warren Buffett... 11? Okay, so he paid 11 billion in taxes. That's a lot of fucking money in taxes. Like, that dude is supporting the country almost.
$11 billion? Imagine I could do with that.
Shit. We can retire and live down in Florida together, till the day we die. That's what we can do.
You won't have to go back to work for the rest of your life with that much money.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd be like, hey Musk, let me, I would love to work for Elon Musk. Let me get a fucking yearly check for $20 billion
stimulus from Elon.
Exactly.
Shit, you still be living pretty damn well.
Because he's paying that much. I forgot what it said Warren Buffett was paying. I think she was paying $300,000 or $400,000 or something like that, maybe less. I don't know. But
that ain't nothing. That's chump change to Elon Musk.
But I look at somebody like in a political office like Biden, like you got to figure how much does the president make?
Biden's worth millions right now, so he has that dimension mug. That money's gone once he passes.
I don't know. I think when the Great Reset hits, I think his fucking paycheck should reset too. He don't deserve that much.
Another thing that's going on too that they're not telling people that I found out about this through Morris Invest, and I mean I kind of find him a little bit of an okay resource, but I heard Nancy Pelosi's trying to get another raise after she just got $100 million from stocks.
Well, not just that, she's supposedly trying to rerun for election too.
Yeah, I suppose, but that ain't gonna work. She ain't gonna get it because once the Republicans take over the Senate and the House, they're done.
Yep.
But then again, we shouldn't really put our hopes in that because they're a bunch of corrupted people too. I mean, you can't really just go by one set of party. You gotta look at the bigger picture of that because they're all corrupted regardlessly. It said some of them are being caught right now, and some of them are just playing hush hush and waiting to see what's going on. So when everything starts to be uncovered, that's when we'll see all their true colors come out. And so, but I mean, look at Canada for an example. They're trying to pass mandates up there, but thank goodness for the Supreme Court. I give credit to the Supreme Court people that took down the mandates. But that's great that they did it for the American people. But here's the thing: that the hospitals. I mean, I kind of agree about the hospital thing because that's where most of the COVID things are now, is in the hospitals more often than they are everywhere else because they have to work underneath those conditions. Unlike us, the people like truck drivers, they're in their damn truck delivering the material. How the hell are they gonna catch it? Sitting in their fucking truck.
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, it's just crazy. Now I read something that's going on in Alabama is now they're starting to build isolation. How like not yet, but they're starting to build isolation units for
Oh,
people with
wow.
COVID now. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be the next freaking. If we keep the shit we got going on now, we're gonna be the next Australia or Venezuela.
It's getting there. Even Haggy has said it. We're getting there. Like, I don't even know how bad Australia is right now. Like,
Australia right now, it's pretty bad. You can't even take a breath of outside oxygen. They put you in special homing, like re-education camps. Pretty much is what they're calling it. But
Christ.
we all know it's really concentration camps for
Yep.
the defiant ones.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying on the
And
show.
that will be done in 2024 completely.
Yep, and that's what I was saying. I was saying concentration camps are coming to America, and people laugh at that shit. They're like, "Oh, you're speaking out your ass. That shit ain't gonna happen." I'm like, "No, you watch. Australia
would become the new Germany.
Yep, Australia is already a prime example of that because COVID is almost non-existent. It almost is.
It's actually what they saw, but here's the thing. Okay, we're going now. This is where we can get into the COVID conversation. Okay, they just now pronounced it an endemic. Why is Fauci still telling people go get a booster? Well, Israel just said they did 5 booster shots. 5.
Jesus Christ.
5, and that's 3 times as more just about than what we're into now. I think we're on our 3rd booster shot down here. But 5, and they said they still can't contain it.
And they won't.
And they won't because I'm telling you, a mask ain't gonna help. A shot ain't gonna fucking help. And what's in the shots, no one knows. It could be a deadly amoeba, parasite, whatever, a pathogen of whatever. And guess what? That pathogen control it's a mind controlling thing. And what the government tells you to do, everybody bows down, kisses Biden's and Lord Fauci's ass. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Lord forgive me for saying that, but that's how everybody's worshiping Fauci.
Adolf
Oh,
Fauci.
hell, Fauci. He might as well be the next damn Hitler for all I care.
He is to me, Adolf Fauci. That's all he is. Him, and then of course, I seen something the other day where the whatchamacallit for the World Health Organization, that motherfucker, they don't want this shit to end. They don't want this so-called pandemic to end.
And you know why? Because they're banking off of it.
Exactly. They're making heavy money off of it. They're making money off the vaccines, hospitalizations, all that shit. And of course, over here in the States, they're using it as a weapon.
It's all because of fear. The one thing I could say, about cow shit is that when he says fear mongering, my God, now we're seeing it in life itself.
It is.
All these people, oh my God, we're all gonna die. Hey, shut up with that shit. You're still alive. You're breathing air. You can breathe air outside. It's more polluted than the damn freaking COVID shit.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying, okay, if you've had COVID before, I'm not trying to bust your balls or anything. I'm glad you survived. And from what I've heard from a lot of people, it's usually just a mild a very bad congestion that sometimes you have to have an air ventilator to help you. I understand that, and we're not here to bust your chops about it, but from what I understood, the Omicron is not that severe as the Delta, the Omega, whatever freaking variants there was out there before we all know about.
Exactly.
But
they make this booster to quote unquote combat this Omicron bullshit, which is a moronic virus that was made up by the politicians to scare people. When look at what season we're in. We're in the winter season. You're working outside. You got to go outside to leave home. You do this, do that. Cold fucking weather. Weather changes. Look at Maryland. Maryland is very bipolar when it comes to weather. No wonder people get sick.
Ain't that the truth?
People still contract the flu. People still contract the common cold. People still contract pneumonia. You're making all these boosters for nothing. A booster that doesn't do shit to go along with what? A vaccine that still doesn't do shit. Even though you say, oh, well, the vaccines, they lessen the symptoms. Well, it just depends on how healthy the person is, how strong their immune system is. Take my uncle and aunt, for example, and I've mentioned it on here a time or two. They just had COVID over the Christmas season. They had COVID for about, I want to say 10 days, close to 10 days. You know, my uncle, he couldn't smell. He could barely taste. He was feeling down. He said he felt a little feverish, but he was doing all right. My aunt, her health is in worse condition than his is. And she was throwing up for about 3 or 4 days. There was a couple times where she felt this sudden pain in her chest, but it would come and go. It wasn't really constant, but it was tolerable. So they went out and they got immune boosters. You know, they have good immune systems. You know, they go for their monthly or their yearly checkup. You know, they visit their doctors whenever they need to. You know, so they keep up on their health. You know, so their immune system's definitely good. You know, they eat good, they eat healthy. You know, they live their lives. You know, their immune system is what keeps their body going. You know, they have good immune systems. Did they have COVID? Yeah, but they recovered fine. You know, so people are so scared that, you know, you rely on your government to say, we know what's best for you. Hold on. Where's it?
Oh, wait, let me add something to that real quick too, Mike, while you're looking that up. So there's also, I'm not sure if anybody's heard about the Florida shortage of the antibodies.
Oh, yeah?
Now there's a new antibody out there that actually is more efficient against this thing than the booster shots that all y'all out there got. And now, supposedly, from Peppermint Patty, aka Jenna Sokahe, all right, said, oh, well, we're sending Florida supplies. We're sending them antibodies and all that. Well, that's funny. Why is it that if you go to a doctor, okay, and this is about that Joe Reagan thing, okay, why would, if you go to the doctor and say, hey, I need some antibodies, like, you know, the hydrochloroquine or whatever the hell that shit's called, and these certain antibodies that are brand spanking new, that's actually working, or the horse shit. You know what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah.
It starts with the letter I think. Maybe Mel might know,
Well,
but
was it something that Joe Rogan has taken?
yeah, Joe Rogan took,
Yeah, I know
and
what
he
you're talking
said
about.
that was very effective, and it worked in 36 hours.
Yep.
And now the government's like, oh, hush, 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 hush. Don't tell nobody. Don't do anything. Don't even mention it. You go to a doctor and try to get it, they won't give it to you.
Yeah, because Joe
And
Rogan is nuts. All his show is
also,
disinformation.
also, if you're not vaccinated and you get a heart transplant, they will not. They will tell you you're not going to get it because you don't have the vaccine. Now, how fucked up is that?
Yeah, they rather people fucking die than
Die
to treat
than
them.
exactly.
You know,
And they
it's
just
amazing.
turned down, and in Canada, they just turned down a kid that had a tumor because, and kicking him out homeless out of that Ronald McDonald house because of they're not going to get the shot because it's mandatory. Well, I'm sorry, if my kid had leukemia and that leukemia is more deadlier than the fucking shit that's going around, I'm sorry. Uh, my kid is more important than a stupid little shot. And
Exactly.
if the doctor recommends you not to get the shot and you have leukemia, don't get it.
That's like the other day when I was talking about this woman in ICU, and I think she's in Baltimore, wherever it was. She's pregnant, and she contracted COVID. And the way the news reporters have it sounding, let me find that. It was a disgusting article I was reading, and I still have it on. Oh shit! Breaking news. First of all, Howard Helman, known for his role in WKRB in Cincinnati, has died at 80. Where have I seen him before? Let's see. He was nominated for Primetime Emmys on WKRP Cincinnati. In addition to One Day at a Time, Head of the Class. He starred in HBO's John from Cincinnati. He also appeared at CSI, Fresh Off the Boat, The 70s Show, Saturday Night Live, several. I feel like I've seen. Yeah, WKRB and that's an old. But I figure I'd throw that out there. So if I go to my profile,
Probably COVID.
yeah, watch them say it was COVID. They probably will. They always do.
They probably want that $80,000 they're going to get for just mentioning it, put it on a death certificate.
Exactly. Then I commented on it. It was a news station. It was WJZ.
What was it about?
Oh, I'll let you know in a second. I have it here.
Just look up look up their website.
Oh, here's another good one. We'll get into this in a little bit. Kid Rock refuses vaccine.
Oh yeah, I've heard
mandate.
about that.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
get
blame
into
them.
that.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll get
I
into
don't blame
that in
them.
a little bit too. That's a good article right there.
Hey, we need a Let's Go Brandon Bell is what we really need on this podcast.
Right, here's that idiot right there. I'll talk about that in a second. Here it is. And I share this was a disgusting article. I mean, how can you fucking post this? Or they probably just put it in there to emphasize their news reporting. After ICU stay, a woman says she felt irresponsible being unvaccinated and pregnant at the same time. At 7 months pregnant, Catrice, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name, did not expect to be battling.
Catrice.
Yeah. Did not expect to be battling COVID-19 in an ICU bed, wearing an oxygen mask and fighting for her life and the life of her baby. I would wake up gasping for air and experiencing that night after night, and I would sit and count my breaths because I didn't know if I would survive the night. Unvaccinated. To be honest, this part gets me a little emotional. I feel irresponsible because I had to put me and my baby at risk. How are you going to sit there? I mean, if this is her actually talking, like, how are you going to feel that bad? You're going to sit there and
that baby will have antibodies though.
Oh well, that's what they claim. Yeah, you know that's what they say. Just like they said, children under the age of 15, if they contract COVID, they're going to contract diabetes at a young age or later on in life. Like, how are you going to sit there and tell somebody that their kids are now prone to contract diabetes? Like, how are you going to sit there and say some stupid shit like that? Like, how do you even know COVID's going to be responsible for diabetes? You don't. That's an example.
You can get diabetes from anything.
And they want to say science helps, science saves. Science doesn't know shit about, diabetes, apparently.
Science is irrelevant half the time.
Science
is wrong half the time, too.
It is. So,
I mean, look at Fauci, or wait, Fauci's, my bad.
Exactly. So, this poor woman goes on to saying, I felt irresponsible because I had put me and my baby at risk. Why are you going to say something like that? You caught COVID. As I was saying, everybody's going to contract it. Everybody's going to catch an illness at one point in their lives. I've contracted the flu once or twice. What if I did contract COVID? I got over it. I mean, we had a household scare about 2-3 weeks ago, but everybody's fine. Everybody's breathing, walking around, dancing the fucking mamba and shit. It ain't that bad. But this poor woman, she's being glorified in the news by saying, I didn't get the vaccine. I put my baby at risk. I put myself at risk. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure she's living to this day still. I'm pretty sure she's just about over it. But how are you going to sit there and use this article as a means to scare people? Oh, if you don't get your vaccine, you're going to end up like this woman right here. You're not, you're going to end up in intensive care. You're going to die. Like, hey, how do people sleep at night when you look at somebody who's unvaccinated and say, you're going to die. You're going to die. It's going to be your fault. Like, look at me. There was 2 reasons why I got the vaccine. I got the Johnson & Johnson. I got it for the kids, because of the kids, and I got it for my job because I can't afford to lose my job. I have a good paying job right now. I can't afford to lose it. And, especially since they're doing the fucking whole vaccine mandate, or you'll be doing weekly tests. And I'm like, I'm not going to go out weekly and have a fucking stick shoved up my nose. So I'll go ahead and, I'll get the vaccine so y'all can leave me the fuck alone. Am I going to get the boosters? No, that's my choice.
No.
I got the bare minimum. I have the vaccine. You want me to get the vaccine? I got it. So fuck off. But I'm not going to sit there and segregate myself from people who are against the vaccine. I'm still against it in a sense because there's not enough research that
Information
goes into
about it.
Exactly. Like, look at it 2 years ago when this whole thing started out, and Trump told people that he recommends if we got a vaccine out there, I recommend would you get it, to see if it does help you, lessen your symptoms and stuff. And what did the Democrats do? We're not getting a vaccine. Oh, no, hold on.
Yeah,
Before
they're
you
getting
say
it all of a
so,
sudden.
hold on. All right. Oh, who are we to get a vaccine? Donald Trump is speaking out of his ass. We don't need a vaccine. Just be safe. Quarantine yourself. Don't worry about a vaccine. Vaccines are for, they're for little bitches. Don't worry about that. And then of course, a year later. Hold on. Oh, now I'm in office. I will save this. Get the vaccine. Don't worry, we're not going to push you right away. We want you to get the vaccine. We'll add incentives. If you're applying for a new job, you'll get a $200 incentive. We'll try to bribe you for the first 5 months. If that doesn't work, well, no working for you. That new job you just got, well, we're going to require you to have a vaccine. You don't want a vaccine, you don't work. No work, no pay. No pay, you can't support your family. So are you going to rely on the government now? Or are you going to go solo? That's basically
That's
what
got to
it
be
is.
Cybertron Fauci.
That's exactly how it's put.
I just came up with that name.
Cybertron Fauci. And that fits it perfect. That fits the whole demographic perfect. 2 years ago they were against it. Even when Trump said that he contracted it and he took chloroquine and it helped him and he recovered from it in a matter of days. Oh, that's bullshit. He didn't recover that fast. He didn't have COVID. Like, didn't he show proof? Well, actually, did he show proof of that? I can't remember. Or did they just come out and say he had COVID? I don't remember that.
Well, that was some funny shit right there, though. I give that a 10 out of 10.
But yeah, Trump, he recommended the shot. They were working on it.
No, he didn't recommend. He said if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's a
say,
recommendation. Yeah.
Go out and get it.
It's not required. It's just a recommendation. If you feel
just
safe.
recommendation, minimum recommendation. But here's the thing that blows my mind. How many boosters is it going to be? I'm going to guess. I'm going to just take a wild speculation here. All right, before they do the 25th Amendment on Biden, which is coming very soon.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to say there's going to be about 20 damn boosters until he's out of office. That's my guess.
Yeah, because how many shots?
We already have 3.
How many shots are you going to put in your body? Like these shots. And there's even some proof out there that people are looking into it. It's not 100%, but people are looking into it. It's like, what are they putting in these shots? Like, there's a reason why these shots are not working the way these so-called scientists are saying.
There's an agenda behind it. Yeah. There's an agenda behind it, and it's called 2030.
Yep, exactly.
And the thing about it is, okay, let me just for a moment. Why the hell would you want to have a passport? That's no different than what Germany did to the Jews back in the days.
Yeah.
You had to get a card to prove that you was Jewish and the passport. Oh, where's your passport? Okay, I'll show it to you. I mean, I get it that we have visas to travel out of the United States. I get that. But why would they care if you had a shot or not? It's like going over there. You don't even know whoever has a vaccine over there. Now I've heard they're giving people different stamps on the hands of blue if you have it and red if you don't have it. I mean, it's just ridiculously stupid. Oh no, that was in South Korea. My bad. That was in South Korea.
I will say, people, look at today's epidemic with what's going on in countries like Australia, like you said, with South Korea. Look at these countries today and compare them to 1940s Germany when the Nazis took over. Compare it.
Oh, by the way, I got a question out to the audience also. Who's going to the Olympics?
They're actually having that?
They shut down I think they said 5 counties full of 5 million people.
Damn.
I mean, completely. You can't go out of your house at all.
Damn. Yeah, they still shut down a shit ton of events this year. Even in America, it's like, are you kidding? Like, the only way that this epidemic is going to end is if you let people live their fucking lives. You cannot shelter us from death. You can't shelter us from death forever. You know who's dying out there right now?
Kids.
Well, not just that. Like, look, they want to say that COVID numbers are going up, but look at Maryland. You know, their numbers are going down. But of course, there's going to be something new that's going to come out to keep those numbers risen because they want the numbers to rise. But does anybody know who's dying more out there in the streets right now? Kids, police officers, innocent bystanders are getting stabbed and shot left and right in cities. It's a big thing. There's even fucking school shootings that are still happening.
I'm just curious about the homeless people.
You know, that is a good fucking...
that just brought to my attention when you say it. I'm like, you know what? What about the homeless people?
You know, it's funny you say that because Mel even mentioned the same thing. She was like, well, what are we doing about the homeless people? Like, what's going on with them? It was like, you know what? That is a good question. It's a good thought because are the homeless people contracting it? Are the homeless people getting sick? Like, I still see Stu the Bum sitting on the fucking corner of Walmart, you know, every day holding a sign, you know, I'm homeless, help me, you know. It's like, they're out there. Maybe not 24/7. Well, there are homeless people that are outside.
Some are, but
they are. Look at the conditions that they live in year round, depending on how long they've been homeless for. You know, like right now in Maryland, the temperatures.
There's a lot of homeless ones in D.C. though. That's where they all mostly are at.
Yeah, the temperatures dipped down to the teens last night. Like I can't honestly imagine being homeless, living in a street at 16 degrees, you know, trying to cover myself up in rags and newspapers. Like, for one, I am thankful to have what I have and live where I live. You know, I mean, it may seem like a selfish thing. You know, I feel for them. I do. I do feel for some people who, you know, they don't have the funds. They don't have a home. It's hard for them. Now, granted, yeah, I will say, what's keeping, you know, Joe Schmo on a corner holding a sign, what's keeping him from getting a job anywhere? You know, like, if you're wearing nice clothes and you're holding a sign, like, dude, you can better yourself. It's
kind of suspicious, but
it is. I would sit there and say to certain people like that and say, what's keeping you from bettering yourself? What's keeping you from getting a job? Like, I can look. I had a confrontation with this idiot about a month and a half ago or so.
Oh God, this must have been why you got banned.
No, it was it was at the gas station up the street. This guy, he stands there on the corner.
Oh, no.
He stands at the gas station, loiter. Well, he loiters, but he also asks people for, you know, money or, hey, can you buy me a cheeseburger, this and that, da-da-da. You mean, I usually ignore him. You know, I usually do, because I'm like...
I got one thing to say for you, though. If you're going to get a tattoo, you got to get one with the letter F for Facebook and put inmate on top, number on the bottom, dude. Repeat offender after.
I'm a 10-time offender on Facebook. I'm on my 3rd account.
Be 25th after I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. So I'm standing out there, and I usually ignore the guy, you know, because I'm like, I'm not going to let him bother me, you know, because, you know, he's... How can you tell if a bum is a bum, really? You know, like, this dude, he's always out there. You know, he even the gas station attendant tells me he works 12-hour shifts out there on a daily basis.
Damn.
You know,
that must be that $2 an hour.
It says you made a fucking 12-hour shift at a gas station standing on a corner, right? So I drove up. I think I was getting I was getting cigarettes from Mel or something. I think that's what it was. And the guy, he bothered me a couple times. And I looked at him and I said, "Look, you can walk. You can move around. There's plenty of places around here that are hiring. Walk over to them and apply for a goddamn job, you bum." Okay, thank you, boss. Thank you. Get hired. Get hired. I was like, yeah, get hired. Why don't you go do that? So I walked in, and the guy, the gas station attendant, he overheard me, and he was laughing about it. And I walked up to him and I said, "Man, I fucking swear that guy." So he's like, "Man, we've tried everything to get rid of him. We've called the police. Police can't do anything. He's just out there every day, bothering people." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's trying to cost you all business too. He's scaring your customers." Like, "Yeah, I know. I just wish we could do something about it." I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry.
The owner can."
Yeah, I know. I think he tried. Like I said, he tried, but the police won't do anything about it because I guess they got to have proof that he's loitering or whatever, or they're afraid to touch him because he's an older black guy. He can be pretty mouthy, but I mouthed off at his
Get
ass.
mouthy with him back.
That's what I did. So when I walked out, I walked over to the car, and he was like, "Hey, get hired, big man, get hired." I was like, "Yeah, get hired, all right. I have a job. I have the money. I just bought this. Why don't you go over there across the street and apply for a job and get hired so you can have money?" So I got in the car and I drove around to come out, and I pulled up on because I pulled around the back alley to get out of there, and I pulled up on the road beside the gas station at the red light. And when the light turned green, I rolled the window down. I looked at him. I said, "Hey, get hired, get hired." And I pulled off. After that, I barely seen the guy there. I came back like 4 or 5 days later, and I asked the gas station attendant if they seen him. He's like, "You know what? Yeah, he's come back one brief time, but he hasn't been here that much and all." I was like, "Oh, good. Maybe what I said to him actually got through
Probably
to him."
clicked in his damn head.
Yeah, but he ended up across the street at Walgreens one day, and I think he goes back and forth at times. But other than that, I haven't really seen him in the area. So I'm like, good, like he didn't expect somebody to actually tell him off. I'm like, there's actual people out there, even veterans out there, that are homeless. That are
not all veterans. Some of them are fake too.
Yeah,
you
true.
Be very careful about that.
Yeah, exactly. But there are some out there amongst the crowd that really do need help. And a lot of them actually seek out shelters. They're not just sitting out there on their asses holding a sign. A lot of them actually get up and they actually try to do something with themselves. Because how can somebody spend 12 hours a day sitting on the corner of a gas station, bumming money? Like, how much money do you think you would get in a day sitting there? "Hey, boss, I'm hungry. Can you give me a hamburger, boss? Can I get this, boss? Can I get that, boss?" I'm like, yeah, I know what you're going to be doing with your money.
I mean, I can vouch for that one time, but
Yeah.
About the hamburger thing, I remember seeing a homeless guy, and I was going to my woman's house, and there's this guy pushing a cart, and McDonald's people didn't want to serve him anything. So I was like, and the police officers distracted. It was causing like a big, like kind of not really nitpicking on the guy.
Yeah.
Guess they were telling him to get off the property. So I went back around after getting something to eat. I went right back around where the guy a McChicken and handed to him because it was going to be I think there was a hurricane or something on the way. And I said, "Man, stay dry and all that here. Got you something, man." And he appreciated it that much. I mean, you could do a little bit of things, but I mean, this is back before inflation hit. Like McChickens were like $1.
Oh, I remember.
Not like 2.25 now. I mean, it doesn't hurt to like give McChicken or anything, but I mean, I only did it because I felt bad because it looked like the guy was being harassed by police, but
yeah,
I wasn't sure if they were harassing him or just being mean to him or anything. I'm like, man, the only guy I wanted was a hamburger or something. So I just drove around and just gave him a hamburger and left.
Yeah, and there's good people out there like you and all. There's a lot of good people out there that look after people like that. If it's somebody that's not bugging anybody, if they're not, bothering anybody, they're minding their own business. The poor guy, he's struggling. He ain't had no money. I'm not saying don't help him. It's always important to help somebody in need.
Yeah. I mean, do it out of good of their heart, not something just to try to be famous or something for it. It's like, oh, look what I did. Because, I mean, that makes you look like a jackass doing it that way. Just do it out of kindness of your heart, if they're really that homeless. If they're not and they look suspicious, I just ignore them. But because you usually have a car hidden somewhere and they just drive off.
What? Me and Mel talk about that all the time, and I had the same exact argument. They could have a car parked around the corner, and because somebody actually did a video on that.
I actually seen a person got in a car one time, and I was in a Walmart parking lot. This is years ago, and I seen a lady go standing on a corner of a Walmart parking lot begging for money, and then I watched that person walk right down to a vehicle, got in, and left. I'm like, look at that shit, and it pissed me off.
Oh,
I was like, man, he's lucky I'm here sitting in the parking lot, and all that stuff, and I would have chased after that asshole too.
Yeah, exactly. Mel's got a couple opinions here too. She said, one, people stand on the corner or are homeless, choose to be homeless. Been there, done that. Yeah, that is true. There's people out there. When you end up on the street, you don't have a choice. You have a choice. You can either choose to live on the street holding a sign, or in the case of some people, like I said, can get out there and do something. There is a homeless disabled guy.
There's homeless shelters everywhere.
Yeah, there's
some require you to go out and get work, which is right now. It's easy to get a job everywhere right now. Right now is the best time if you look for a second job or something. It's easy to get.
Well, just
some you actually get bonuses for.
Just like years ago, there was a guy in the Pasadena area. I forgot his name. It's been long ago. It's been like 10 years. So he was in a wheelchair. He's a handicapped guy. He's homeless. But I've heard stories about this guy having money. He was making some money. He had money saved up. I heard somebody even said that he had hell of a money, saved up. Damn. But he chooses to be homeless. I'm like, okay, that's your thing. You're not really bumming a lot of people for money. You're doing your own thing. You got a job. You choose to be homeless. Some people choose to be homeless. It's really a choice. You get thrown out of your home. It shouldn't be really a sympathy thing.
I think some of them people though, but here's the thing: most people are homeless because they're addicted to opioids, which is a crisis. Actually, it's a big crisis going around still, and they keep trying. I mean, when Trump was on office, he had it going down, but now it's kicked back up with all this Omicron and all that other stuff now. And that's the biggest crisis in the U.S. right now is the opioids and fentanyl and
people want to say COVID, but it's like there's still a big drug epidemic going on out there that people don't want to.
I mean, okay. If people are smoking weed, okay, that's no big deal. Every freaking person almost does it.
Pretty much.
That ain't no big crime. Now, I'm talking about the ones that does heroin, methamphetamines, what's the other one? Heroin, cocaine, crack, meth. There's the major ones I'm talking about that people just do because they want to do it because they're addicted to it and they lose their homes and they lose everything. That's one of the biggest crises right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you smoke weed, everybody does it. Just be safe with it. I mean, they also got that Kush 2 or whatever the hell that fake shit that's going out there too still. That was another thing back in the day. I forgot what the hell it was called.
Synthetic weed or some shit.
Yeah, synthetic weed. Just be careful if you're just smoking weed. Just make sure it ain't that shit.
A lot of people. I remember when people were.
Yeah, but that actually started killing people, and that's why people were like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah. Reading what she sent me a bunch of stuff. So that was her opinion on the homeless. She said, 2, I hear you guys talking But it goes back to Elon Musk or whatever his name was, and all the other people who billions of dollars could fix the poor situation in America and still have billions of dollars at that point. It would be up to those who got the money. How it was used, then it would, if they misused the money, though, you fucked up. But I think it would definitely help America if the billionaires passed out money, because who in the fuck needs $1 billion in the first of all, and second, they would go down in history for life. That's what they would want the first. All right, because reiterate on that. We were talking about that too, because he said, look at people like Elon Musk. Look at
Jeff Bezos. That's
the other one.
Stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. And she was like, if they want to talk about there being a homeless epidemic out there, why don't these people stand up and make a name for themselves? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk has.
Oh,
Elon Musk has, and he's been pretty supportive on a lot of things lately. But I've yet to see Jeff Bezos do a damn thing.
Oh, I know. He was too worried about going to space.
And you know what's even funnier with that? Guess who's a senator and has a daughter that works for Amazon? That's a consultant.
Who's that?
Chuck Schumer.
Huh.
It all adds up, don't it? With Amazon stuff. And they banning books from Glenn Beck. And I think...
of course they are.
Mark Levin sold a couple books off of Amazon, but you can't get them hard copies because they're not putting them out there because it hurt people's feelings.
A bunch of babies. That's all they are.
Yep. It's all all because of
just a bunch of babies.
all the elitists want their agendas done. That's all it's about. The pharmaceuticals, okay. If we drop the price at big pharma is also a big problem.
Yes, it is.
Think about it for a second. If it wasn't for people, if they find cures for all these cancers and stuff, big pharma would be out of the picture. And there'd be no universal health that they're trying to push, and a lot of other things. And so, and that's the thing. Big pharma has a big role of what's going on also. All these big tech industries with censorship, we don't want our people to hurt. I mean, look at Dan Bonagina. They kicked him off YouTube for life for what? Because he said something about Rumble. Oh, my bad. I better watch out. We might get kicked off for that too.
A Rumble.
But not talking about War Rumble or WWE. I'm talking about Rumble, the app that you could post videos like what we're doing here to do streams on. Oh yeah. There's a big censorship stuff about you gotta watch what you say. You gotta walk on eggshells. But we got people out here named, I'm not going to mention this person, that goes out there and call big bitch boys that's on a fucking ventilator and acting stupid, not getting banned for life for all that shit. But no, we'll ban a guy that's spreading out truth. Oh, he's banned, but we won't ban this person because he looks like he's on his deathbed. Oh, give me a fucking break. Stupid people like on their deathbed cussing people out for a living ought to be banned for life, not people spreading truth.
There's a third thing she said too. She sent me a lot of stuff that I got to catch up on. Okay, so third, so why are we all still talking about COVID or George Floyd or what his name was, what his name is, when we should be asking, why is it okay that we allow people go into space because they can? Yeah, going back to what you mentioned, Jeff Bezos, one of the top billionaires of the country, because Bill Gates retired,
Probably top 5. I don't know who the biggest billionaire is.
Yeah, because that's like...
Actually, I think there's a trillionaire, actually. I don't know who the hell it is, though.
Yeah, probably Fuckerberg somewhere. Who knows?
Probably. You know what? He's also another one that's trying to get a vaccine or some bullshit with from Microsoft. I'm like, stick with your fucking games.
Yeah.
That's what you're best at.
But yeah, she does make a good point, and we talk about this all the time. It's like the whole COVID, George Floyd bullshit, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all just a sheet, a blanket of wool pulled over our eyes to blind us. That's all that is, to keep us from worrying about, the other big things like, okay, why does Bezos all of a sudden want to travel into space? Like, how can he travel into space? That's something for NASA to work on.
I
You
mean,
know.
I get it. If people want to build spaceships to go to space, great. I mean, that's fine and good. But that money could be spent somewhere else, honest to God. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and as George Floyd, okay. I remember I was watching Loud with Crowder. Everybody know who that is. Stephen Crowder, a guy that's been banned on YouTube, what, 4 or 5 times now, just about.
Yeah.
And he speaks nothing but truth too. And he was talking about Martin Luther King, and then Biden comes behind afterwards. I remember the episode too. He was talking about George Floyd was nothing like Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm thinking, you fucking retarded. Like
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King was a
Civil rights activist.
oh civil activist, a really good guy doing for the right thing, and this guy's out here doing for dope and God forbid. Oh, and he's already tested with drugs in his system, and everybody's worshiping that guy. Like, are
Exactly,
you
man.
freaking kidding me?
Trust me, I was going full on whiskey freak out, minus the whiskey on that the other day, where it's like this piece of shit. He's going to sit there and say on the day of all days, where we're supposed to be remembering an icon, a civil rights
No, I wouldn't really call him an
activist.
icon. A really good, activist that was really
Well,
meant for good things.
he's still an icon for the black community, kind of like
Right. Okay, I'll give you that
Rosa
then.
Parks, Harriet Tubman, all those important icons because he fought for something, he spoke for something, and then
He stood up for something. That's what it was.
and you got this piece of shit racist who the Democrats voted into office because people they hate the fuck out of Donald Trump because Donald Trump was trying to provide good for the country. You want him out of there to bring this racist piece of shit in. What does he do a year after he's voted in? He tells people, oh, George Floyd's death had the biggest impact on the world than Martin Luther King. Like, who the fuck are you?
Okay. It did for one day.
One day.
One day.
And then,
One day, and
then
that's
the
because
American
the
people,
knee on the neck. That was it. The
And
knee on
then
the
the
neck thing.
yeah.
That was it. And they had the stage for it, and he screwed it up by burning all these places down.
Yeah. And then of course, you got people that are supporting this shit. It's like you got a career criminal, okay, who has a history of abusing women, who has a history of using drugs and abusing drugs. And then of course, on the day that he dies, and I've stated it fucking times already, if this guy, if he was having heart palpitations, if he was having trouble breathing before he even got in that
before that even started.
Exactly. So people are using the
But
fact,
I mean, the knee on the neck thing, we all get it. It was wrong. We all understand that.
It was, and I don't think a police officer is trained to have their knee on the neck.
No, you're not supposed to have your knee on the neck.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on their
upper
back.
torso.
Yeah, exactly.
The upper torso.
See, that's where the cop was in the wrong right there. He had his
That's where he was in the wrong.
He had his knee placed in the wrong part of the body, in the wrong place. But you got a guy who is resisting arrest because he just got caught trying to use a counterfeit $20 bill in a convenience store, and then his only other crime was not driving away from the scene of the crime. They stayed behind and waited for the fucking police, and then you're going to sit there and say, oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, officer. You help me. I can't breathe. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. We got cameras. We have cameras. You're seen on camera. We got the witness. We got the statement from the witnesses. We got a statement from the guy who said you did it. We're going to have to take you downtown. Oh, but I can't breathe. Let me go. Let me go. I can't breathe. Okay, well, in a sense, maybe they should have called the paramedics. Yeah. You have a right to request a paramedic on scene. They're not going to just arrest you. If you're having any kind of complications with your health on the scene of the crime.
Yeah, they'll call a paramedic for you.
Exactly.
You're still going to get arrested regardless.
Yeah, like you're still going to go to jail. Like if George Floyd didn't resist arrest, if he didn't flop around the police car trying to escape police custody, George Floyd would still be alive today. I don't support George Floyd. I don't back that motherfucker. A fucking career criminal.
Okay. With that whole thing, this whole thing, here's where it gets interesting because do you remember, so we had that bad apple, that one bad apple.
Yeah.
Every officer supported the people's decision. everybody was fine with the police. Everybody was fine with the police. Just about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody around this country, hey, look, we understand the situation was bad. We stand with you. But when they start burning them damn buildings down in Minneapolis and every other damn place, guess what? Now they're the bad guys. But
Exactly.
everybody loved them in the beginning.
Yep. Everybody loved these guys in the beginning, but then they started crying, Black Lives Matter, police officers, even
BLM people support them for even before. It's just when the burning shit started is when everything went to shit.
It did.
The police even understood with the situation because they said, no, we do not conduct that kind of training. They even said it on the news 50,000 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the knee on the back, that is a thing. You gotta look.
Yeah, the knee on the torso, that is legal. Putting the knee on the neck is illegal.
you gotta think. You got a guy who's as big as fucking Michael Clark Duncan. If you look at movies like The Green Mile, you got a big fucking guy who's flailing around. You put him in one side of the police cruiser.
And he was innocent.
Yeah. And you put this guy
and he
in
was
the
just arrested because he was black. That was it.
Yeah,
that's the whole movie. Yeah. That's why he was arrested, because he was black.
Exactly, and that was the movie. I mean, we're not talking about Floyd right now. It's because the
we're
movie,
talking about I forgot Michael Duncan that died. I liked him. He was a good actor.
Yeah, I'm just comparing him to size, though. Michael Clark Duncan.
But he was just arrested because of his color. That was it.
Yeah, that was in the movie. George Floyd was arrested because he committed a felony. Having possession. Yeah. Well, some people honestly probably never know if they're in possession of a counterfeit $20 or $100 bill or whatever. That's why a lot of places, they check that shit.
At the light thing now.
Like there's some people out there, oh, I honestly didn't know. This is what I received. I didn't know it was counterfeit. Stay there. Don't evade the police. George Floyd's only crime was he evaded the police or tried to evade the police. He resisted arrest. I mean, when you look at the camera,
over a $20 bill.
When you look at the camera, when they first put him in the cruiser, he's flailing in there and he's going out the other side of the fucking car. Like this is a guy who could have been running. He could have got up in handcuffs and ran.
From what the video showed, he did not try to actually get out of the car. The officer says, "Okay, we'll set you up against the car and all that, or let you sit down," but he flopped down.
No, this was when they got him over to the police cruiser. They sat him down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the police cruiser part. When they got to that and they opened the door for him, like, "Hey, if you want to sit down outside or something and wait till the paramedics show up or something, be more happy." And the guy just laid on the ground and didn't want to move.
Yep.
That's what happened. Now, I think that video is still out there, if I'm correct.
It probably is, unless some fucking liberal took it down because, it's misinformation. We can't have that kind of thing on here.
Fact checker.
Yeah, fucking fact check. Fucker Burr can suck off for that.
Well, no, actually, I've heard now some CNN people doing it too. That they hired YouTube and all of them have hired CNN people and all the news reporters that are actually the fact checkers.
Terrific.
Mm-hmm. I find it funny because half the news people are wrong, just like that Joy Reid person. That dummy, she's a dumbass too. I mean, I think everybody should pay the price. I think all these non-vaccinated people, da-da-da-da. Okay, idiot. How in the world you think the thing started? You stick a shot in your arm and you still spread it, you moron.
I will still go back on the fact that, okay, you idiots want to still mandate me to wear a surgical mask, which I've already debated on the show. The surgical masks don't work. Okay, you want to mandate me to wear something like that?
The only mask that will work is the N95 masks. And they've said that many times. And guess what? There's not that many out there.
Exactly. Like, why a mask like that is not meant for everyday life. It's not meant to be worn on an everyday basis, because you want to go to the gym and you want to feel safe, or you want to go to the grocery store and get some groceries. That's not what it's meant for. So you want to get on us about not wearing masks. Okay, let's go back to the day when Nancy Pelosi went and got her hair done and she wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I want people to start putting that
rules,
out there.
But we don't have to comply.
Yeah, I want that shit to be put out there when her reelection comes up. Like, okay, This bitch wants to mandate us to wear a mask that does not fucking work, and there's already studies out there that says these masks will not prevent you from getting the virus or any other airborne illness. How about this stupid bitch in Congress or wherever the fuck she is, Congress, Senate, whatever?
Well,
What
now
about
she's
her?
trying to move to Florida.
Oh Christ, they're gonna fuck you up.
How about the time Senator Cruz even went up on news podiums like, I'm tired of hearing about these people saying, why aren't you masking all that? I love when Senator Cruz said this. Why aren't you not getting on the president about wearing a mask and every other Democrat that's out there without a mask on? Why are you just nailing it down to a certain group of people?
Yeah.
I loved when Senator Cruz said that because that's the damn truth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's see. What else did Mel say? I didn't get to catch up on her stuff. She said, I was homeless. I've seen it in a halfway house. It is all choice. Yeah, Mel's been through a hell of a. One can fight me and they wouldn't win. It's choices. Yeah, exactly. It's choices to be homeless. I haven't seen nothing on Elon Musk. I'm poor. I need money. Aren't we all? When it comes to diseases, they have cures. That is true. Look at how they say we still haven't cured AIDS. We still haven't cured HIV.
Oh, we had the cure for AIDS, but
we do.
Hell, Hitler, Fauci killed the guy.
Yep, exactly. We have the cures for everything, people. There is
Fauci killed them all.
There is no going into research. We have the stuff, but you got people like Fauci, these top of the line scientists. When it comes to when it comes to health, they killed them off. They silenced them all because it's all about money.
Remember, Epstein didn't hang himself.
Yep, that's true too. She also said,
and it's all. Hey, you know what? I bet you all that shit's connected to the Clintons.
Oh, definitely. We'll get back to that in a couple minutes too. She also went on to saying they don't want people to be safe because of the money coming. I just mentioned that. There is no book with prices for pharmaceuticals in it, so companies can charge whatever they want Americans with healthcare. Americans with healthcare, it's horrible, so they could charge, they charge them whatever they want. And we are paying for that spaceship to launch in the space as taxpayers. Yep, we're our taxes are paying for that kind of stuff. That is true. Look at it. Look at everything that our taxes are going into. They're talking about, tax increase on this, or you may get less on your tax refund when you file. There's a reason for it. They're using our taxes to pay back their fuck ups. That's exactly it. They are using.
Hey, did you remember? I'm not sure if Mel got a glimpse of it or not. How about the monkeys that were on 81 in Pennsylvania? Why is Fauci any monkeys for?
I heard something about that. Oh my god, let me see that. Let me look that up. Monkeys on 81 in PA. I heard something about that.
I think and then the lady got bit by one and has some kind of viral infection from it and got COVID, I think it was.
Hey, Hagrid, if you're anywhere in the chat, let me know. We're going to talk about this. All right, so this was an article posted 8 days ago. Monkeys on the loose. Emergency crews spend the night searching, following incident. These are like these little fucking monkeys. I'm not talking about like.
What's a fucking monkey in a box?
These are the fucking monkeys you see in Ace Ventura, fucking Pet Detective.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There is, laboratories that they do testing. Because I know there's one in Maryland, out near Fort Detrick and shit. I remember I almost had to go to a site about that one. I know there's one out there, and that they do have monkeys, actually, real live monkeys. I had to do a site one time. I remember doing a security officer job for that. But they do test monkeys out there in Maryland. I know there's one in PA somewhere. But I think it was heading to Somerset, if I remember correctly.
Now let's go back and talk about a movie real quick about that. What do they use monkeys for in movies?
They used a nuclear bomb.
That, and there's a few other movies. Yeah, Contagion, and there's another one that was a little bit older. One? 28 Days Later.
That had nothing to do with monkeys. That was a vampire movie.
No, it wasn't. It was about a viral. It was a rage virus. It was kind of like.
I thought that was just Conjungton.
No, 28 Days Later is about like a new zombie outbreak. They're kind of like fast zombies, but it's a rage virus that the scientists are experimenting on, and they inject these monkeys with them. You know, it's a rage virus. Like as soon as you are infected with it, within like 3 seconds, it's that fast. And it's like
wow.
your mind is like completely shut down. Like you don't know what you're doing. You're just raging. Like you're a raging maniac. That's why they call that movie, with fast zombies. You know, but
did you hear about the woman that actually went over to the box and put her finger in it? She ended up. They don't know exactly where she. I think she might have poked it in the butter some and wiped her eye and fucking got pink eye and all sorts of shit. I'm like, you stupid ass.
Oh, there's a couple
Like,
other things.
I'd call the police and all, but I would not be sticking my fingers in something I have no idea what the hell it is.
Yeah, there's another couple other things here at Mel saying these are the topics we should be carrying about as Americans. Carrying about as Americans, yeah. She said, Planet of the Apes is another example. Our rights that we are losing, taxes we don't get back, in the medical pharmacy. Yeah, all that stuff. It all mixes in there with that. I want to read up more about these monkeys, man, because that's got me worried.
Monkey shit I found that on I heard that on Crowder, and I don't think the Bongino covered it yet, but I know Ben Shapiro did.
Yeah.
And I heard about that. I was like, and I saw it on Facebook. I thought it was full of shit at first, and I saw a lot more posts on it. I ended up reading. I'm like, oh my god! And then I heard Crowder talking about it, and he said the woman ended up wiping her eye and got pink eye and some other shit.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm like, wow! And she had to be rushed to the emergency room. And the thing she says, like, oh, I forgot my cell phone.
Oh god!
I'm like, oh my god!
All right, this article starts out around 3:30 p.m. Friday. This was last Friday, I assume.
Yeah, it was last Friday.
A truck carrying 100 monkeys crashed into a dump truck near the Danville exit off of I-81. The monkeys were on their way to a lab. According to Pennsylvania State Police, 4 monkeys escaped. The Pennsylvania Game Commission searching for the Game Commission?
They had to call them all.
Oh, okay. Searching for the monkeys in the woods all night. Fox 56 watched crews walk in and out of the woods with flashlights, and a row of emergency vehicles has since left the scene. These monkeys have caused quite the commotion for people in the area. While Fox 56 was on the scene, an animal-loving family from Montoursville arrived with a crate, flashlights, and night vision goggles, saying they wanted to help with the research. Although thoughtful, PSP is asking everyone to stay home for safety. It is an active scene. If you see any of the monkeys, PSP is asking you to call this number. There's another movie out there that has monkeys in it when it pertains to issues like this. It's a movie, Outbreak. Came out in the early 2000s. I think it was like the late 90s. I think.
Yeah, that one was early 2000s.
Yeah, it had Dustin Hoffman and Rene Russo in it, and the monkey had a virus that I think they scratched a doctor or something.
Yeah, if you get scratched by him or something, you start outbreaking or whatever.
Yeah, and of course, the whole town is like under quarantine. Yep. It's like
it's the same thing as Conjuncting. I think it's a sequel or something to it, or they just remade it.
Catrice is not a sequel, but it's put out there as an example. Like when this whole thing began with COVID, they were referencing Contagion and Outbreak and a couple other movies to this.
Didn't something also happen early 2000s with monkeys?
Let's see. There's that movie. There's 28 Days Later.
No. I'm not talking about movies. I'm talking real life. Something happened with monkeys back in the 2000s.
I don't remember. I mean, it could have. I mean, that was still Bush era right there.
See if it's on Google, Mike.
Let's see.
Anything in the 2000s reference to monkeys.
Early.
And viruses.
2000 reference to monkeys. 12 monkeys. Ending. What happened to the monkey? Don't know. Don't really see anything.
I remember her. I think it might have been later 2016 or something, or because about Harambe or something. And
Oh, that was
some
something
virus.
completely different. That wasn't a virus though. Harambe was.
But there was a
he just
virus
died.
or something that I was talking about. 'Cause I remember, unless I'm thinking of a movie, unless I'm thinking of movies, but I could have swore there was something in the 2000s
Yeah, I don't
about it.
remember. I don't remember hearing anything about that. But yeah, remember, people, there's monkeys on the loose. Hydro, you're in PA. Stay aware.
Hey,
There's
the
a.
big Sasquatch is out there.
It
Where's
ain't no.
Reverend Tom at?
It ain't no wild Hubbard out there, but it may grow in size.
Hey, Reverend Tom, if you're out there, you can go hunting now.
Oh, Reverend Tom's here. He's over and he's watching us on Twitch. He hasn't say anything, but he's still here. He's in spirit.
Yeah, he can go hunt. He can go hunt the wild monkey.
Reverend Tom, get your Doritos ready. We're going hunting. We got 4 monkeys to find.
4 monkeys to find. Give him a big old banana. Somebody dress up as a banana man suit and go run down the highway. That'd be some funny fucking shit. And then you see 4 monkeys chasing them.
We're gonna do our own experiments on them. Fucking Kinky Kelly and the sexy
get the
son.
Laffy Taffy banana flavor. Just spray it on and some shit. And they'll start coming out of the woods then.
I'm gonna step away for a minute, Mike. You take over the show. You bring up something. I'll be right back.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of shit around here it's going crazy, folks. But oh my goodness, the Russian, Ukrainian, the stock markets. I mean, folks, it's going to be. I'm going to say it's got to get worse before it gets better. You know, I mean, keep your hopes up. I mean, let's just hope that that whoever we get next 2024, which is looking like mostly Trump, because we're looking at the statistics and all that. Republicans are going to gain the House and the Senate this year coming up. So let's hope that, good things do happen and positive things happen, but all things are possible. But yeah, when I heard the I-81 stuff, I thought that was just hilarious. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, so Fauci's on it again. Everybody, I don't know about this Rona stuff and all that other mess. Next, before we know it, by the time it's 2024, we'll have 25 booster shots in everybody. So be on the lookout for that, because that goalpost keeps on, keep on. So, but hope everybody out there is having a good day and everything, and also support our truckers out there. They're definitely, need big time support, especially in Canada and everything else. Without truckers, everything else would be stopping. So, but thank you for all the truckers and all the men and women out there serving our country. You know who y'all are. All the Army, all the military, policemen, EMTs, firefighters. Thank y'all, and even nurses and all the frontliners out there. And so, appreciate all y'all for your support, and also we support you on the channel here. We support y'all and everything y'all do, and so we thank you very, very much. And but I'm trying to think of what else was there I was gonna say about but yeah, I mean, the Hunter Biden thing and all that, the Ukrainian and Russian conflicts all connected to the Clintons and the Bidens. Had nothing to do with Trump one bit, but I'm looking forward for Trump 2024. I wouldn't mind seeing a Trump DeSantis card, by the way, too. That would be kind of interesting to see. I'm hoping for it, but
Okay, I'm back. So Mel just sent me something there with dealing with the monkeys. The monkeys spread viruses. Okay, so this was posted on the 26th. Oh, that was last year. This was posted last.
2026.
Yeah. So a new and highly lethal type of virus that can spread from monkey to monkey might also be able to spread from monkeys to humans. A new study had found the virus is a new type of adenovirus. I guess that was adenovirus. Viruses that commonly affect people and cause colds, flu-like symptoms, and sometimes even death.
Is it connected to Corona?
Probably is. I mean, who's not to say that they tested something like coronavirus on monkeys?
I wonder if it's in Fauci's emails.
Probably. All right, so what else is there? There was something else I had in the.
But you remember how, what's funny though, and I mean, yeah, it's kind of sad though, is how the beer sales went crazy when it first came out.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was the beer. And now it's like, now you don't hear nothing about it, not even on a freaking commercial. You don't see a Corona commercial anywhere.
that is
no
true.
more.
I haven't seen a Corona commercial in a while. Oh my.
I bet you them people that made that beer back in there are like, oh shit,
Let's
didn't
see,
think
what
it was
else
real.
did Mel say? For all that monkey business, Mel did say, how about the fact that we had a star put on our IDs? I believe that happened. That is true. I don't know if they do that in any other state, but we got our driver's license. We have this newly fancy Maryland driver's license now that has this.
Y'all do? Damn, they changed it again?
Yeah, it's like the background of it is the Maryland flag, but it's got like a pink tint to it, and it's got all your information on it, your picture and all. This is to keep it from being like copied or something like that. Nobody steals your identity. But there's this star. It's in a little circle. It's a star in the top right corner of your driver's license. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, the way they put it, it's kind of like a passport in a way. Now, last year, wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. They wanted everybody to get to the DMV and to get your information put into the system for your ID. I'll get back to that in a little bit. Let me do a commercial break. I got something to take care of real quick. So, guys, when we come back, we'll do another half hour or so. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Travels, Robinson Crusoe, Marco Polo, Around the World in 80 Days, Arabian Nights. Introducing the Enchanted Film Collection, featuring all 6 of these beautifully animated movie classics, the perfect way to enrich your child's literary understanding and to share in their growth and education. 6 of the world's greatest stories, everyone's most feared villains, children's favorite heroes, stories so big, so vivid they can't fit in one book. But now you can have them all in one great video classic. Purchased individually in stores, a movie collection like this might cost you $90 or more. But now, through this exclusive TV offer, you can have the entire collection on a triple-length video for the remarkable low price of only $24.95. This marvelous collection is action-packed with the world's greatest stories. Who can forget Never Never Land, The Discoveries of Gulliver, Tales of Travel, Adventure, and Magic Lanterns? Order now using your credit card by calling the number on your screen or send check or money order to the address shown.
Hope they have big screen TV in here. The show's coming back. We'll be back after this. Yikes, yowza, and sheesh.
I say, what's going on? All the colors seem to be going into my cupboard. Now, my Kellogg's Fruit Loops have sucked up all the color. Now there's new, brighter colors in Kellogg's Fruit Loops. The orange, lemon, cherry, and lime look even more delicious. Woo-hoo!
Kellogg's Fruit Loops, a more colorful part of your nutritious breakfast.
Ah, I know how to fix this gray world. Now that was a bright idea.
Kellogg's Fruit Loops, now in new brighter colors.
Saturday, Fox and Super Sleuths will take you undercover all morning long.
And I hope you want to be taken.
Get a clue. Watch Super Sleuth Saturday this Saturday morning on Fox. Eat the Cat here. Catch me Saturday, like this.
Ready, set, go.
Here I come.
You really ought to watch where you're going.
Watch Eat the Cat Saturday morning on Fox.
You're watching Fox.
All right, guys, and we're back for another half hour or so of Tune Live. We're my voice. Welcome.
I'm going to watch the beginning of the stream how that thing top.
To the show. Joining us in spirit, which
the Fat Squatch himself. Cypher.
We know you're here.
Oh boy.
I gotta get him laughing after that.
You didn't even say anything about Doritos.
All right, hold on. Oh shit.
Hey Tom, don't forget the Doritos. We're going monkey hunt later. Or should I say,
I'm dead, dude. And don't forget the Banana Man suit as well.
Shit.
Don't forget the banana suits as well.
God, we're gonna have so much fun with that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, let's see. Mel did say sometime between 2015 and 2019, we had to have two forms of proof of where we lived, our birth certificates, a social security number in order to get these new IDs, and if not mistaken, it was just in Maryland. Actually, from what I heard, there was other states that was doing it as well. Because I asked around.
Didn't you had to get yours done?
Yeah, I did mine about 2 years ago. So what it was,
That's what I thought.
even though you get an ID through the DMV, I still call it the DMV. Fuck anybody else who says, oh, it's not called the DMV anymore. Who cares? I went to the DMV and I got mine done. And you would think when you renew your ID or when you get a new ID, you have all your information there and they put it in the system. But apparently, if you don't have the new ID in Maryland or even in some states, your information is not on file. Which means if you get pulled over by the police and you give them your driver's license and they try to look your information up through the DMV, your information is not on file. You're basically an unknown person driving an unmarked car. Or maybe the car is licensed to somebody, even though your license says your name is Joe Blow. I live at 123 Dunbar Street in Dunbar, West Virginia or some shit. You know, even though...
Now they have it on file.
Yeah, they're supposed to have it on file. But
yeah, they're supposed to have it on file once you get your damn driver's license.
Exactly, but apparently they did it. So they had
Shit,
everybody...
No wonder crime's been up so much until them times.
So they had everybody in Maryland get these new IDs. They're updated. And I did mine. And here's my experience with the DMV doing that.
Oh, everybody hates that fucking place.
Oh my God. So I put in an appointment for them. It was, I think it was May or June or July, one of those months back in 2019 or so. And I put in an appointment to go in to get my shit done. And of course, you know, if you have an appointment, you get the head of the line, this and that, da-da-da-da. And they say, okay, make sure you have your social security number, your birth certificate, 2 forms of identification, you know, mail, whatever, this and that. And there's like all different kind of things that you can have as proof of who you are, even your bank statement. So I don't really get anything in the mail at my residence. You know, it's very rare if I get anything. Like the only thing I get now is maybe a statement for my health care, but that's about it. But at the time, the only thing I got was junk mail. I love it, joke. The only thing I would get is junk mail, and junk mail has my name and address on it. So I'm like, there we go. So I had 2 pieces of junk mail. So I get down there, I'm in line. I go up to the teller. I say, here's my social security, birth certificate. All right, where's your 2 forms of proof of where you live? Junk mail. Oh, sir, we can't take this. This is not a required form of I forgot how she put it, but basically I couldn't use junk mail. It wasn't official. I'm like, how the hell is it not official? It has my name and address. Oh, I could see that, but it's not an official it's not an official document to use. I'm like, so what the fuck you saying? Like, I don't get any actual bills.
They wanted to see if you have bills there. Is what
yeah, and I didn't really get any bills because I pay all my bills online. And that's what I told her. I said, I pay everything online. I don't get any bills in the mail. The only thing I get is junk mail. Well, there could be something else that you can get, you know, like a bank statement or something or da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah, see what you got in your bank account. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So they said, we got a computer kiosk set up on the side here. You can use that to print out your statement and all. So I'm, okay. So, of course, I get over there, and I'm trying to log into my bank account to print out a pay stub or a statement or something. And of course, the computer's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. So I'm like, great. Let's see, it's not from the state or bank or bills. Yeah, of course. So I told him, I said, look, I got to go home. I can get my stuff there. You know, can you hold my place in line? They say, yeah, we can do that. I said, okay, I'll be back within an hour. So I had to come back home. Luckily, it's only 5-minute drive from the DMV. So I come back home. I'm printing out statement. I'm printing this out. I'm printing that out. Pay stubs, bank statements, anything with my address on it, anything with my name on it. And
I would have just blanked. I would have covered everything else that they didn't need to see. It's like, here's my address. There's my name. That's all you need to say.
I had like 5 or 6 different pieces of, documents that had my information on it. And I go back down there, and I'm like, here's this, here's this, here's that, here's this, here. Okay, sir, you can stop now. This is all we need. I'm like, okay, I'm making sure. I'm like, you want to sit there and say I don't have all this shit? Here it is. I'm like, I'm coming in full force. I'm coming in full force. Like, you're going to sit there and say, okay, junk mail's out. You can't use junk mail. So there's this, there's that, there's this. Like, okay, you can stop now. I'm like, do you know how frustrating it is to have to come down here and do this, first of all? Second, to have to leave the DMV to go get shit that I need. You know, like, why can't you all have my information in the system when I fucking got my driver's license in the beginning? Like, what the fuck do y'all do? Do you fucking delete and throw that shit in a goddamn bonfire and say, this'll be good? All right, hold on. I gotta do this.
Got it.
This'll be good. Yeah. I have an idea to really stick it to the Maryland citizens. Let's do this. Okay. Let's clear out the system. Let's throw all their files into a bonfire. Stand around it laughing. Be like, we really got them now. Let's make all of Maryland come in and redo all their shit for this new driver's license. I guarantee that's exactly what the fuck they did. You know, like, you're gonna fucking sit there and do this shit. Like, my company does this every year. Every year my company gets audited. It's like they magically throw my file in the trash and they're like, oh, we need a copy of this. We need a copy of that. I'm like, I gave it to you last year.
Throw it away.
Twice. Yeah, they just throw it away. That's all they fucking do. So I get down there and she staples all the stuff together to a receipt, a ticket and all. Okay. Go wait for your number to get called. So I'm sitting there waiting about another 10, 15 minutes, waiting for my number to be called. And then I finally get called up there. I give her my documents. You know, she scans them all into the system, and I ask, what is the purpose of doing this? Like, you know, our information should be put into the system already when you get a driver's license, you know, file through the DMV. Like, why am I doing this again? So she got into the explanation about, you know, it all dates back to September 11th, 2001, and now they're getting caught up with everything. They're basically turning this into kind of a state passport, if you may. Like, you know, when you go to file for a passport so you can do overseas travel and that kind of stuff. That way, with this type of ID, they have all your information on file. That way they know who you are, da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, they should have had that when I got my license to begin with. But the issue with this is if you don't get the new driver's license with this little star, like Mel said, this little Jewish star to label you out as a citizen of Maryland, if you don't get that, you don't have any information through the DMV then. Which means, like I said, if you get pulled over...
It's an armadillo.
Armadillo?
There's an armadillo in my yard, dude.
Ah, shit. Go catch it. Make a nice helmet for you.
Fuck yeah. What's that thing? What's that,
Need a fucking net.
What's that movie that has the
Dukes
dude
of
that
Hazzard.
has the fucking thing on his head?
The Dukes of Hazzard.
No. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he had the fucking net launcher. He shoots a net at it and catches it.
Yeah, and carves it out and put it on his fucking head.
Mel's like, fucking liars. I hate our government. Yeah, that's basically what they were using. They said this was basically like a passport for the state of Maryland to keep everything updated in. And they said everybody had to a certain date within a year or two span for everybody to get into the DMV and do it, or their license was going to be invalid, which means if you get pulled over by a county or state cop and they run your information, your information's not on file, you're an unperson, as stated, I forgot who the hell stated that back in the 1950s and shit, but you're considered an unperson. Orson Welles stated it. That's what it was. Orson Welles stated you're an unperson. That's basically what you are. You're an unperson in the state of Maryland. They don't have no information on you, which means they can also confiscate your license on site. That's what they said. They said they can confiscate your license on site, and you still have to go back to the DMV and redo all this shit to get a new license. It's a bunch of stupid, political bullshit with the state of Maryland. So I'm like, fuck it, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm going to go ahead, get this stuff scanned. I'm like, and I asked her, now, am I going to have to do this on a yearly basis, or is it going to be on my file? And she said, it's going to be on your file. You ain't going to worry about doing it again. I was like, I hope not. Because what the fuck are y'all doing with my information anyway? Yeah, hon, exactly. Only psychos work at the DMV, the MVA, the government.
Yeah.
Sometimes the post
people that
office,
really have
too.
no life.
Yeah, it's a cushy little fucked up job they have. So,
I want your driver's license. I want your money. Give me $200 just for a
Hand it
fucking
over,
tag.
little boy. Give me your driver's license.
Yeah, and then they want your money to give you. You have to pay $180 for a fucking sticker.
oh my god. Yeah, Mel's got this, for registration and all for the car, which shouldn't be too bad. I mean, we make good enough money to pay for that and all.
That's not the point, though. My God, $200 for a fucking little dinky dinky sticker you can make out of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You can go to the store and get a sticker for 5 cents. Shit.
Let's guess until we have to do probably. Yeah, of course. When does my fucking license renew? Mine renews.
Mine's not until 2027.
I gotta renew mine in 2 years. Yeah.
I think mine's 10 years. Once you
I
get
think I
yours
could just
done,
do
it's
that
like,
online. Unless they say
I think mine's
"Bring in your
10. I
stuff."
think it's 10 years for Florida.
Yeah, when I got mine, when I did my license first, I think it was in. Yeah, mine's an 8-year license. Mine's 8 years. Then they will be like, well, what do they want us to do about that? It's sick. Yeah, they'll probably ask, what was it? I did say something else too to the woman. I was a little bit snotty. I was like, I'm surprised y'all don't want my blood and shit. I was like, you want me to
I
get a
wouldn't
needle?
be surprised. What did you want? Want a piss test too?
Yeah, I was ready to fucking say that too. I'm like, yeah, you want me to fucking, you want me to take a piss for you?
Next
You want me to
next
drink
thing
some
they'll ask
blood?
for is the damn coronavirus test.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll swipe my nose. I'll stick it in my dick hole. Swipe a little bit of piss there. I'll stick the other end up my ass. Like, here you go, double corona. Check all that shit. I'll even bleed. I'll piss some blood for you. Oh, better yet,
Give
I'll
you
do
the
what.
old hemorrhoid.
No,
There you go.
I'll do one better. I'll fucking do what Cannibal Corpse said. I'll cum blood for you. How about that? Do you want a semen sample?
Oh, Lord.
Looks a little bit of red in there, don't it? I cum blood and I
Will
have
that be
hemorrhoids.
positive for identification?
Yeah, that's coming in 2030 where they want all that extra shit. Oh, you still test? Let me do a test on corona for you. There you go. I'll piss and cum blood. I got hemorrhoids. Hey, you want some milk out of my tits? I think I can produce milk for you too. Jesus.
Good Lord.
Oh, did you hear about this one? I posted it in the Discord. You remember for the past few months they were claiming that there was this guy who's a time traveler from the future.
Oh, the guy that's from the 27th century or bullshit like that.
Yeah, so he's from 2028 or something. I
Yeah,
can't
something like
remember.
that. You're 28 something or 27 something.
Mel said, "I'll say it again and again. I hate our government. Who the hell doesn't?" But all right.
But I mean, I heard that story before, and that guy, all that shit. I looked up the kid that had that, and actually, he was debunked.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, this is from the Lad Bible. online. This article was posted 4 days ago. Time traveler from 2028 claims he's been alone for 340 days in a post-apocalyptic. All right, where's my cave at? There we go.
Oh, God.
All right, people. Listen up. Is it doing my cave
No,
thing?
you're not doing it right. Back in 2028, Cybertron was there.
Is it actually doing my effect now for the cave? Do I sound different? Okay. All right. Back from 2028. Cybertron.
Sounds like Wizard of Oz, to be honest with you.
Who goes there? I sent my Terminator back from the year 2028, who claims he has been alone for 340 days in the post-apocalyptic world. Listen up, fans. TikTok user Yavier, whose handle I'm not going to pronounce because it's a long word and I can't pronounce stupid shit that they post like that. Translate as the only survivor. First posted about his supposed life in the future in February of last year, recording the Spanish city of Valencia when it was completely empty. Since then, he claims to have visited a number of usually heavenly, what fucking word is that? Oh, heaving.
Heavenly?
Heaving. I'm trying to fucking pronounce this word here. Heaving cities, including Barcelona, Madrid, and Seville, showing them in eerie silence. Some 11 months after his first video, Javier says he is still alone, having spent the past 340 days stranded, trying to find human life. Well, Javier, you're not alone. You got your left and you got your right, so you're not alone.
Yeah, apparently if he was alone, he would not have had his shit recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and to bring it back into the past.
So there must have been a caveman that put it all in stone for him.
Before I continue the article, I gotta say, like, how do you travel back to this period of time? You know, how does time travel work? Because, you know, time travel has been talked about in TV shows and movies since the 1950s and 60s and all that shit. Maybe even earlier than that. Like, even the biggest movie out there, Terminator, you know, emphasizes time travel, you know, of a being, you know, coming from 30 years into the future to warn somebody or save somebody from extinction, you know, termination. Oh, that TikTok, that was from the post-nuclear war. Oh, okay, in the future. But it's like, how like, does he even explain? I can't even remember. How does he even explain?
No, he didn't even explain. Because it was by a Martian. The guy that's from 2027 something. Supposedly there's Martians, nuclear war underneath Mars.
Oh,
now let's be real here.
People are just
what
crazy.
Idiot can? I mean, that's a hell of a fucking mile. It would take him a couple good years to get here.
Yeah.
Unless his mama went to space and had sex with an alien up there. Okay, let's get real here. And he must have had a long ass schlong to make that shit come flying down out of space to hit her in the vagina. Okay. I ain't no damn way that motherfucker's an alien or anything like that.
Oh,
I mean, even a caveman can do it, like they say on Geico.
Even I can do it. Let's do the nasty in the cave. Movie magic, yeah.
Good Lord.
Let's see. Day 340 alone in the world. I have toured cities. Or he captioned it.
And Madrid's a busy city, so there's your debunk right there.
What could be happening to me? In another video, Javier showed followers as he visited a museum in his own city that is usually full of people. Well, let me tell you something. Movie magic, like Mel said. You could take a shot with a drone above the city, you know, when people aren't around. You know, like, look at this current pandemic. 2 years ago. Not everybody
we're
was
talking
leaving.
about shots, Mike. He must have had the corona shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit could have fucked his mind up.
It probably did. I know who exactly he was talking about. But how is it that, you know, like, you're going to sit there and say, oh, my hometown, it's empty. There's nobody on the streets. That's because within the last 2 years, nobody went out, nobody was working, everybody stayed at home. So it's a wonder how you got a drone shot of the city when there's nobody on the street. He goes on in another video. Avier showed followers as he visited a museum. I already said that is usually full of people. Maybe it was closed. Maybe people were afraid to go to the museum.
Maybe he met Zafran Cochrane, the first warp ship.
Yeah. The footage shows him walking up a deserted staircase and exploring the empty rooms. In another, he films a reflection of himself in a building, but does not show his face, while one clip shows him standing alone on the beach. Yep, it's a fucking drone.
Alone on the beach, all right. Oh, look, it probably be a nude beach. He comes out there, he sees somebody that looks like a woman, and turns out to be a man with a big old schlong.
I'm putting this in. Where's that? This is the picture it's talking about, where he's alone on the beach. Oh, come on. It's not even a fucking show. God damn it. I hate this. Discord.
You got to download it.
Yeah, I know. Riddle of the Sands, Russian genius
You know,
kid.
he could went on a private beach for the private nude beach. Comes out some dude, and you don't even know. He's like, hey, are you my daddy? He's like, I'm the one that run the schlong.
Here's one that Mel just sent. This is from thesun.com. Usually the Sun, those are those phony tabloids. You remember seeing those in a grocery store? Where they were talking about like Bat Boy in New Jersey and all that shit, you know, they're tabloids. That's something that like the Men in Black look after, you know, they read up on. He sent something. Let's see, Russian genius kid born on Mars claims Egypt's Sphinx holds the secret that will change life on Earth.
Yeah, that's the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, that's always been a thing. I remember hearing that years ago, where they always talking about the great.
That was
Sphinx
back in the '90s.
Yeah, they always talking about stuff like that. Now.
That dude's like 20-some years old now.
But let's see. This thing also goes on to saying.
But also, talk about the Great Reset. That's exactly how it's going to be. It's just like the Men in Black. They're gonna want you to forget everything, but they can't do it because the reason why is people are standing up against it. It's going to be something like the Men in Black, where they just do a little flash and boom, and they make you forget shit. That's exactly how it's going to be. They said.
Let's see. Others have also asked why he has still access to electricity and internet connection if he's by himself with no one else in the world. One said, "Cool trick, man. I can also do the same now with the After Effects. Remove the plug. Beautiful places, though." That's one thing that whoever this guy is, he doesn't have the mental capacity to think of certain things like, okay, it's the year 2028. There's nobody around. How is there still electricity powering these places? Now, we may still have resources in the year 2028.
Generators, but the thing about that, though, is let's be real.
You gotta have...
If everything was gone, the buildings and shit would be burning and everything, if that guy's an idiot.
Well, not only that, like, you gotta have human life to continue these fuel sources. You know, you gotta have human life to continue burning, you know, the coals and using the
Captain America,
all that stuff. You know, like this guy, he can't shit a thought to save human life. You know. Someone else wrote, "It's edited because I could see the mouse on the computer," which means he edited the video and screen records from a computer. But he is very talented. I look at this shit and I'm like, oh my God. Like, how are these people allowed to have a voice on the internet? How are they allowed?
That's good censorship, if you ask me.
How is somebody like this allowed to have an account on TikTok to say shit like this? Then there's another one. Time traveler from 2714 tells the world to prepare for 3 major dates in 2022. God damn, I gotta see this. I gotta read this. Alrighty. So this supposed time traveler from the year 2714, about 700, just less than 700 years into the future. Gather around your radios, your ham radios, if you're listening to us on a ham radio. This is like Orson Welles. This is like H.G. Wells or some shit like that. Gather around, kiddies, as we prepare to talk about the future. So we're getting 3 major dates in 2022. They explain March 11th, the first human as a child with a chimpanzee. It can talk and has mixed speech.
Say what?
Let me read that again.
Well, that's for having the 4 monkeys end up somebody's house and gotten impregnated by them.
Reverend Tom,
Okay.
get your shit, get your harpoon ready, man. We have no time. We have over a month. Get your harpoon.
Yeah, a little bit over a month to go find them.
Get your
Before they
Doritos.
get
Get your
impregnated.
harpoon. It's happening. March 11th, the first human child. The first human child. I'm fucking dead. You didn't know that you're gonna die, and so is everyone else. Yeah. Oh my god. Get your harpoon. Get the Doritos.
What's the second one?
I still can't get off the first one. I can't reiterate, man. The first human to have a child with a chimpanzee.
Well, that's what happened in 81. And super strength human tipped over the truck said, I want me a monkey.
And you know what? It's as coincidental as it sounds. It's even though it wasn't chimpanzees that were lost on 81, but
Hey, I wonder if it was because that lady fingered in the butt in the wrong way, right to her eye.
That's probably a part of it. Okay.
That's probably what started off from there.
The next date, April 19th. Shit. I gotta get the COVID out of my system. God damn it. Okay, April 19th. New COVID strain Omega emerges. 5 times worse than all other versions.
All right, so that leaves us with what? Right, February, March.
Yeah.
That's about 3 months away. That's gonna
it's
be a hell
guaranteed.
Fausty moment.
It's guaranteed that, these so-called scientists and the WHO and CDC and Fauci and Biden, here comes Omega, 5 times worse than all the other virgins. That's virgins.
Yeah.
I meant versions. 5 times worse than the other versions. You got to get 5 or 6 boosters. You got to get 10 boosters because the next version is.
Yep. We'll be at 15 boosters by that time.
Yep. September 17th, the largest creature is discovered in the ocean called the serene croin, over 4 times the size of the blue whale. Now, I won't.
Wouldn't that be called the Kraken?
That's what I'm thinking. The Kraken is a coming. Now, I'm not going to, debunk
That's
or anything.
That's a mythology thing, but I'm just saying that guy must watch too many of that. What's that fucking movie called?
It's the fucking Call of Cthulhu is what it is.
No, it's that one movie with where the guy that plays where his daughter
Moby Dick?
disappears is the Zeus.
Oh, it's like Moby Dick or some shit. I don't know.
No, it's not Moby Dick. It's a mythology movie.
Oh, the Odyssey.
No, I don't think it's called the Odyssey. It's the one that
You're not talking about like Peter Jackson or some shit, are you?
No, I forgot what the hell the fucking character's name was. It was a guy named Odysseus. Was this? Fuck! I forgot the damn movie called.
It has something to do with mythology.
It's an older movie. It's in the 2000s. You've seen it before. I know you have.
I probably have. I can't even place it. I know a lot of that stuff is usually based out of the Odyssey, which is like a lot of stories, dealing with.
Yeah, it is, but it also has something like kind of like with the God of War.
Yeah.
Kind of feeling to it, except Athena, Athena gets married.
Are you talking about Beowulf?
No, it's almost like Beowulf.
It
happens in mythology times and shit. The guy that, and it's the brothers against the one brother at one time for who's going to control Earth. And the Zeus lets his brother take control of the Earth and unleashes hell.
Yeah.
Forgot what the hell that fucking movie's called.
Watch us think about it before the show ends.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on.
Even Mel said,
I'll think. Give me a minute.
Yeah, Mel said, even to be fair, 8% of the ocean has been. Yeah, not everybody has really discovered the ocean to the full extent. Like, you know, when it comes to the ocean, like mostly people go after like the Titanic wreckage. You know, like even I'm part of the Jeff Hagee server on Discord. Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, the other day, talking about going out there and wanting to check out
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Okay,
that's what it was.
Yeah. There's
the first one.
Yeah, they're remakes of the original like 1960s or 1970s versions. Yeah, Clash of the Titans. It's all mythology.
Yeah, it was a Clash of the Titans with shit. There's 2 versions of that. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, the remake came out in the late 2000s, I think. Early 20s.
Yeah, 2010 film.
Yeah, that's the remake. There was a couple.
Yeah,
there was a Clash of the Titans, and then there was Wrath of the Titans.
Yeah, Wrath of the Titans. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's see. So far, let's see. Does it have Loki in it? Who knows? So far, we have the fucking monkey. Second, we have a new strand of COVID, which it's bound to happen. You know, every time the numbers go down and we see a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, these so-called scientists, they push us 3 steps back. So we got that. We got the large creature in the ocean being discovered, which I definitely see that, you know, because we don't fully know what all's out there in the oceans. I think we actually did an episode of Through the Doorway with Tom about it. We were talking about mythological creatures and stuff like that could still be lurking. So that's somewhere on our YouTube channel, guys. If you want to check that out, our series Through the Doorway. Also, we will be bringing that back soon for Tom to get straightened. Yeah. Where's the 4th thing at? Let's see. I'm not entirely sure. September counts as early 2022. Just ignore it. Okay, as predictions themselves, it seems not everybody was entirely convinced, commenting that they found the video just really funny. Others tried to add their own mix, joking. One joking, I'm a time traveler. I predict that February will only be 28 days. I can answer that question for you right now there, son. February is 28 days. It's not a leap year. Holy shit. Just for a little trivia fact, did you know that, what was it? It was one of the monkeys, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Davy Jones. He died on a leap year. He died February 29th one. It was several years ago. Oh, let's see. Another said, I'm a time traveler too. On January 1st, we already passed that. It will be the first day of that particular year. It's true, guys. I'm 61. I've seen it. It happens before.
What was it?
Let me reiterate that statement. Another time traveler said, I'm a time traveler too. On January 1st, 2022, it will be the first day of that particular year. It's true, guys. I'm 61. I've seen it happen before.
Oh, wow.
Why is this guy not in a fucking jacket?
He's trolling him.
Let me. I would love to have this guy be out there listening and be like, hey, it is true. January 1st, it is the first day of any particular year. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call this a future prediction. In the future, January 1st, 2023 will be the first day of that particular year. Just as, and I'm going a little bit too far into the future for some of you guys, so just hang on, hold on to your butts. You know, said in Jurassic Park, January 1st, 2024 and 2025. It's going to be the first day of those particular years also. So just hold on to your butts. It's going to happen. Yeah, and you're going to look back on this podcast, on this show, on this date, January 30th, 2022. You're going to be like, you know what? That son of a bitch was right. He predicted the future. January 1st is the first day of the year.
Hey, we're going to go a couple months ahead that Biden's going to get the 25th Amendment on him soon.
Yeah, and we've already predicted that like a year ago, so that's going to happen. A third person added, I'm from the future. Also, here's my prediction. The new Batman movie will be released March 4th, 2022.
That is true.
How do you know?
I actually seen the trailer for it.
I'm stupid. Yeah, we've seen the trailer for it. It's going to star the fucking sparkling vampire from Twilight.
Hey, February 11th. I'm going to predict this one too. In the future, February 11th, Mobius is going to come out, and it's going to be the new variant of the coronavirus.
The vampire.
Because it has to deal with bats.
They're going to call it the Vamprona. New variant,
and then it's going to be the proof that it happened in Wuhan.
And then February 14th, everybody's going to be single. Well,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
I can't wait for that movie to come out, though. Be a dead honest truth with you on that one.
Oh, Batman?
No, Mobius.
Or Morbius.
Where the guy's a scientist and gets turned into a bat.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that either.
I wonder if that's Fauci's biography.
It probably is. You know what? I'm looking at this. I don't even see the four. Oh, it's this 3 major dates. Okay, I thought it was 4. So the 3 major dates. The 3 major dates. Mind you all, the 3 major dates to look out for this year. March 11th.
The next 2 or 3 months.
Pattison, yeah. March 11th. Planet of the Apes rises. The first human to have a child with a chimpanzee. April 19th.
She's already in the hospital with pink eye. That's too late for that one.
He merges with the monkey that escaped on I-81. Watch out, Hydro, if you're listening. April 19th, a new strand of COVID arises. It's called the Omega. And then after that, it's going to be the Cybertron and the Megatron and all the other Trons after that. Where you're going to need like 20 boosters to get you through the year. And September 17th.
You know there's going to be a third one within springtime.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be afraid to go to the beach then.
And then September 17th, the Call of Cthulhu. It's become a thing.
You know what they ought to call the next one's the Cooteron.
The Cooteron.
Yeah, you know, where spring break, all them little teenagers and stuff go down there and have sex, and next you know they all catch the shit.
It'll happen. Spring break, let's make it happen again.
COVID surges again. I wonder why. It's Cooteron strikes
again. I want to continue reading this because there's a lot of time travel articles on this page, and I'm just like, I'm intrigued after reading about the monkey and then the fucking creature and shit. All right, this next article is from last year. Time traveler claims he knows when the Earth will end. Now...
Oh, okay for that one. We had Y2K in year 2000.
Oh, remember when, what the fuck was his name? Harold Camping, years ago.
Yeah,
when he
that was 1999. That failed.
99, and then again in like 2011 and 2012, you know, where he was like...
Yeah, all of them wrong too, and then he died.
You know, he come out of nowhere and he was like... Mind you all, the Earth is going to end in April. You won't be able to celebrate Easter this year. And then Easter comes, and then what happens? I mispredicted that.
I remember when I moved to Alabama. It happened exactly. I stayed up that whole entire night. I forgot. I think it was that stupid douchebag, too, of 2012 that predicted that stupid shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm still alive and breathing. I'm still here, I think, unless it's the ghost form of me.
Mel's like, I'm so glad we have our generation Da Vinci.
And then Y2K, I was waiting for that power outage, but that never happened.
I remember sitting in my parents' bedroom. I was watching the ball drop on TV, and I'm just like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the lights to go out. I'm waiting for the cable to interrupt or some shit. Nothing happened. The ball dropped. Everybody was celebrating.
Everybody went to sleep.
Yeah. I'm like,
there you go. The power went out. Lights out.
That was a fluke. We survived the Y2K. Hey, kids, you so worried about COVID. I survived Y2K.
I'm a Y2K survivor.
Oh, Mel meant Nostradamus. Yeah. So let's see.
Nicodemus.
Yep. Time traveler claims he knows when the Earth will end. Put this back on here.
Another one of those.
TikTok account at that one time traveler said that he has received a number of questions from people about the end of the world.
You better be careful. You better use his pronouns. He might be unhappy with you on TikTok.
Ah, damn.
It's it, them, they, their, whoever else.
Yeah. So, not being one to keep things to themselves, the self-proclaimed time hopper let their followers in on it and revealed the exact date that humanity, at least on this planet, will bite the dust. But don't panic. It's not all bad news. Yeah, it's not all bad news. We're all going to get hit by a giant meteor in the next 5 years, but it's not all bad news. Don't worry about it. You know, this is when Reverend Tom should come in and give us opinion on this, but we'll get that when he's stepping ready. So we'll remember this conversation there, Reverend Tom. We'll remember this. We got to get your opinion.
And his
on
banana suit. He's got to wear the banana suit.
His banana suit. So let's see. Don't panic. It's not all bad news. Captions on the video read, many want to know when the Earth will end and the date of it. The end of the Earth is on July 6, 2788.
Oh, there is actually something that is supposed to happen in 2022. Some kind of supernova shit.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Mars.
I did forget about that one.
Yeah, I heard something.
I think that's supposed to happen like in March or some shit. So there he goes. There's his prediction, March 11th, 2022.
But this guy, he's talking about
supernova you can see with your bare naked eye outside.
Oh yeah, the chimpanzees. Yeah, that's when the world's gonna end. Chimpanzees. Let's see, Mel was like how I was waiting on to see the massacre New Year's Eve. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this past New Year's Eve. Yeah. But let's see. This guy says the end of the Earth is July 6th, 2788. Well, goddamn, thank God I'm not going to be around for that.
I'm fucking dead by then.
Yeah, we'll be in the ground, you know. If you're Catholic, Christian, whatever, you'll be in heaven. If you're a Muslim, you'll be up there with your 28 male virgins waiting. Don't worry, it's going to happen.
Goats.
It's goats. Yeah, they're goats. However, by that time, we have successfully managed to civilize on Mars, the Moon, and other planets. Yeah, well, it's going to take about 600 years for us to figure out how to do that, so. Commenting on a post.
Just ask Jeff Bezos. He apparently figured it out.
That's probably why he was up there. He spent billions of dollars to research. Can we put people on the moon? No, there's no atmosphere. Okay, can we put people on Mars? Yeah, there's an atmosphere. It's not breathable.
There's an atmosphere, but it's deadly as hell.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sandstorms there, but you may be able to manage.
And an active volcano, too.
Uh-huh. How about the closest planet toward the sun? Yeah, if you don't mind living in 1,000-degree heat on a day-to-day basis, sure, why not?
Hey, get a suntan in 10 seconds.
Like a piece of burnt toast in like 5 seconds. Let's see. Commenting on the post, some followers were fairly skeptical about the prediction. One user said, many dates have passed that you have said something will happen and it has not. Why? Echoing their concerns, another wrote, no one knows the day or the hour or year. God only knows that. And people have been saying that for years. While a third person has simply put it, I won't be alive, party emoji. This comes from another time traveler recently claimed to have visited the year 2027, where he said that there will be no people around. TikToker, this was the guy I was reading about earlier, also said, also known as Javier, he had managed to fast forward 6 years where he experienced human extinction, providing his 1.3 million followers with regular updates. Even though we're talking about, like, you know, people who got the shot, they'll probably be dead by then. So, I mean, You know what? Life isn't expected to go on for more than 100 years. I mean, some people who have lived to be 100, congratulations. You know, you're sole survivors of a certain era. You definitely made it to 100. You know, that is a life. That is a milestone of your life. But you know
the caveman mile.
Yeah, the expected life cycle usually pans out about in the 60s or 70s. If you live to hate 80, that's also a month too. Let's see. But upon closer inspection, there are a few signs that perhaps it's not quite as legit as Xavier tries to make out. For example, despite there being no humans around, there's still electricity, and the internet seems to be working quite fine. Interesting. Not to mention the fact that there are social distancing stickers on the floors. All right, let's see. This next article, time traveler from 2027 shares his story of how he ended up in a parallel world.
Oh my God! We'll have to save all that for another time on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna favorite that. We're gonna definitely carry that on in the next one because I gotta read more up on that.
There's probably a whole bunch of those things we can go on and on and on for other many more hours on that. We can make that a whole episode.
We'll end the podcast with one final note. Gotta get your expertise in on it. So this past week, and I've talked about my opinion on it. I want to hear your opinion.
Take off the caveman sound.
Oh shit! I forgot that was on there. So we
there you
go. Neil Young. He requested Spotify to remove his music library if they didn't do anything about Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan, top podcaster, one of the top dogs on Spotify.
Yeah, he's one of the top 5 podcasters, I know.
He recently made a deal with Spotify, $100 million multi-year contract with Spotify.
Yeah, 10-year contract.
People like Neil Young. I don't know if you like Neil Young. I like a couple of his songs, but I'm not too heavy into his library or his catalog of music. But from what I understand, Neil Young has spent the last 20 or so years acting like a little bitch when it comes to politics. Crying his eyes out. Boo-hoo! He said this. He said that. I don't like his opinion. Can you do something about it? Well, recently it was trending that, up on Spotify. It's trending on Neil Young on Twitter. And I support Spotify right now because Spotify is standing behind Joe Rogan because I'm like, I agree. The dude, he has a podcast. Whether you like him or hate him, it's just like Howard Stern. He's not going to go away. So, kudos to Spotify for supporting free speech, freedom of expression. They're not going to shut him down because some little crybaby music artist, who's pretty much irrelevant in this day and age. You're going to choose a podcaster over somebody who spent years crying, the liberal game. He don't like what somebody says. Oh, cancel him. Well, Neil Young pretty much canceled himself.
That's pretty funny, actually.
But not only did Neil Young remove his content from Spotify, other artists have as well. Willie Nelson, Bruce Springsteen, Barbra Streisand, Queen, Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, Dave Grohl, Joni Mitchell, and Pearl Jam. They all joined in with Neil Young to remove.
That's funny. I got Pearl Jam on my Spotify.
They probably haven't removed it yet as well. Like, I'm not going to stop listening to Queen. I'm not going to stop listening to McCartney or Rolling Stones or
I only like a little bit of Pearl Jam songs anyway, so it really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but I'm like, you're all joining in with this big fucking liberal crybaby because he doesn't like Joe Rogan's views or his opinion. And he even went on to stating that his views on, anti-vaccine, on the, with Rogan's views, Neil Young is sitting there saying, oh, his views, anybody who follows his views, it's killing them. They're dying. They're going to, like, first of all, it's opinions, and a lot of it is fact, too, because, a lot of these podcasters, like with us, there's times where I'm wrong. There's times where you're wrong. We fact check each other. We fact check ourselves. We always look up the information.
We always do the research.
We always do the research. I'm not one. I'm not going to. I always admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to sit there and be a big crybaby about it. But when you sit there and you criticize somebody on their opinion, or even if they do the facts, they do the research themselves, and they post it out there. That's what liberals hate. Liberals hate the truth. They hate when somebody's very opinionated.
I mean, that's just fact. I mean, look at Biden. You can't even question him, and he just, I can't take questions. Yeah, it's because you're a damn liar, dude.
Exactly. Like, look at how many Democrats have pulled themselves away from that because they know how much of a bullshitter, Joe Biden's cabinet is. They look at people like Pelosi and AOC and Harris and Biden and all these other idiots out there. They put themselves out there as idiots, and a lot of people are starting to open up to that. They're starting to wake up and say, hey, Biden's not really, keeping up with the promises that he made in his campaign. We fucked up. We fucked up as a nation. We outvoted.
We didn't fuck up. He cheated.
Yeah, they cheated, and we fucked up. We're outvoting Trump because a lot of people look at it. It was a popularity contest. That's all it was.
I've still yet to see these 81 million Americans.
Exactly. We're not going to see those numbers either.
And that's more popular than the guy that's the biggest dictatorship right now over there in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
More votes than him and Obama combined.
Like, remember, people, when it comes to Biden, remember, 13 died and Biden lied. He gave the Taliban a whole fucking country. We left millions of dollars in military equipment, weapons, and possibly even money over there for the Taliban. They got their hands on.
No, we still giving them money.
That's true, too. Look at the shit with Ukraine. Biden's about to put us into war over the Ukraine and Russia bullshit. Who's over in Ukraine? Oh, his baby boy Hunter. That's where he's at.
That's all connected to the Clintons and Bidens.
Yep, it's all connected. The Clintons still have a hand in that. Even Obama still has a hand in that shit. It's all connected. It's all one big conspiracy. Like,
but you asked my opinion upon the Joe Reagan thing, though.
Yeah.
So, I'm a big supporter of Joe Reagan. I support the truth over whiny ass.
Yeah, because
they don't like truth. Go ahead, remove yourself. Matter of fact, remove your music, remove all your albums, remove every damn thing that you think of that you own on that.
Yep.
You want to cry about everything about the truth? Well, oh, this guy hurt my feelings. Well, you know what? Fact, there were feelings that we don't care.
Yep, Mel said it exactly. We didn't fuck up. The government did. Exactly.
Yep, they sure did.
As with like Neil Young, like. Bye, dude. Like, I do listen to a couple of your songs, My, Hey, Hey, or, and,
yeah, hey, goodbye.
Well, that was another band, but it was like, My, Hey, Hey, and then it was Keep On Rocking the Free World. Those two songs, I don't mind listening to. I don't, I'll still listen to them to this day. That's like a guilty pleasure of mine with Springsteen is his song Pink Cadillac.
Springsteen's stupid too.
I
think there should be a boy and girls bathroom together. Sure, so I guess you're with pedos too.
And trust me, I hate Springsteen's politics. I hate him. He's all
Springsteen's just another whiny ass.
He was all for Obama. He was all for Biden. The only song that I liked from Springsteen was Pink Cadillac. I wish there was another artist out there who did the song Pink Cadillac. I love the song.
There is. Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, there's that. But, as a person, whose views are strongly, with the Liberal Party, when it comes to Springsteen, I can't stand the motherfucker. I can't stand him. Born in the U.S. You ain't no fucking American. Sit your fucking ass in your goddamn cave.
He's a Canadian. Send his ass back.
Yeah, sit your ass back in the fucking cave. Like all these other, like with Queen, I still like Queen. I'm not going to stop listening to him. That's even one of Mel's favorite bands right there, especially with Paul McCartney.
I won't hate on Queen for Mel because that's her band. But anyway,
even with
they're a bunch of damn. Oh, let's go do another Live Aid. What's that going to do?
Exactly. But you know, when it comes to the vaccine, like I said, you know,
And they're from Britain, so they got really no say.
yeah, them, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, some of them are from other countries. Like, you know, if they
No,
want to,
there's that guy. Mick Jagger's still around?
yeah, he's still living, and of course, Keith Richard, he's still kicking out of all the, you know, after all the drugs that he's fucking injected in his body. But you know, with all these
I
artists,
figured they would all pass by now.
I look at it like this. I spent most of my life since middle school downloading music, or as people will call it, oh, you're bootlegging or illegally downloading. Like I was around the days of Napster. Like when I learned about Napster, I was fucking downloading my favorite songs too. One of my favorite songs that I first downloaded was "Painted Black" by the Rolling Stones. Since we're mentioning
Yeah,
Rolling
that was
Stones.
like the only best song they had.
Yeah. So I've been downloading music since the days of Napster. When Napster went under because, you know, Metallica found out that their content was put out there, you know, via P2P networking and all. So when Napster went down, I'm looking up different sites and programs like, okay, where can I get my music at? You know, John Lennon is Mel loves John Lennon, you know. John Lennon, he was very vocal when it came to freedom and all. You know, he was against war and stuff. Like, who isn't? But when it came to P2P networks like Napster, when they got shut down, I'm looking online for, okay, where do I go to next? Oh, Kazaa, BearShare.
Oh yeah, I know them.
You know, I went to those. When they got shut down, I went to LimeWire. LimeWire stayed around for a good long time. It was around for a good while. And then when LimeWire went under, I went to downloading torrent files. You know, I was downloading whole albums. I was downloading movies. I'll admit, I got a 3 terabyte hard drive right in front of me that's full of music, movies, games, document files. I was even calculating the other night how many music files I have on my hard drive. I have 54,000 audio files that are all music. Over 54,000, and that's MP3. That's audio CDs that I have ripped. You know, CDs that I have had purchased many, many years ago. I ripped them to the hard drive. CDs that I borrowed from the library and ripped to the hard drive. I got over 54,000 songs. Like, services like Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, they're all there as an easy access to music for those who don't have access to an audio CD or their computer at the time. It's an easy access to digital music, and it's understandable. I use Spotify whenever I'm playing a game on Xbox, and I want to pull up an album or something or a playlist. It's easy to pull up that stuff. It's understandable. I'll still use it, but I'm like, at this point, Spotify don't give a shit. Spotify still brings in money from, worldwide. I mean, yeah, they're sitting there claiming that Spotify lost $2 billion because of Neil Young protesting and taking his music off of their platform. But what they lose, they're going to make back. That's what these artists don't understand. It's like, you're crying wolf right now. You're bitching a fit because, oh, Joe Rogan's on the platform. We don't like Joe Rogan. He's very opinionated. He speaks the truth. Okay.
We speak truth too.
Yeah. So guess what? Nah, hey, goodbye. If we still want to listen to Rolling Stones, if there's people out there that still want to support Neil Young, hey, find them somewhere else. They still sell their CDs in stores. Their content is still on iTunes unless they pulled it off iTunes. You know what? If they don't want their music to be on a service, that provides, easy access to digital content, so be it. Goodbye. Like, is anybody really listening to Neil Young anymore? I mean,
no, I don't even know who the hell that is. Don't really care.
Exactly. Like people like with me and Mel and you and other people, we still have access to music. They still make audio CDs. Vinyl has made a comeback. You know, they're making vinyl records again. Shit, I'm pretty sure for the heavy nostalgia out there, I'm pretty sure they'll bring back 8-track and cassette. There's still ways that people can access music. Look at YouTube. We're broadcasting live on YouTube right now. You can go on YouTube and look up Neil Young. You can download the audio. You can save it in a playlist. You know, does pulling your music off of Spotify do anything? No, it's not. It's not hurting the consumer. It's not hurting the customer.
You're just hurting yourself.
Yeah, you're making yourself look like a complete idiot. And then a lot of these other artists that, you know, join in with your cause, that's like, look at all these people for Black Lives Matter or the LGBT community. They all look like idiots.
LBGQ2WRXYZ.
Yeah, WKRP in Cincinnati, you know. Look at them.
Yeah.
They all look like idiots. What are they protesting for? They're protesting for
because their feelings are hurt.
Yeah, because their feelings are hurt. Black Lives Matter. You're protesting because the police gunned down a criminal in the street.
Black Lives Matter is going against the government now.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to this kind of protesting, you look like an idiot. You do. You look like a true blue idiot when you're going up against somebody who has a podcast. You know, what are people listening to nowadays? If it's not music, people are into podcasts. People are into somebody else bitching about their everyday lives or you know, viewing their opinions about something. That's the next big thing. You know, if somebody's not listening to the newest Queen album, if somebody's not checking out the next Korn album, the Korn comes out with a new album this year, people. Yes, you can remind yourself, is it 1994 again? Is it 1996 or whatever? Yeah, Korn is coming out with a new album. So it's either you're listening to the newest Korn album that comes out, or you're listening to Joe Rogan, or you're listening to Tune In Live on YouTube, or you're listening to the Larry's Lounge show on Spotify, you know, McJuggernuggets, that kind of shit. Whatever you're listening to.
He's on there too?
Yes, he is, sadly. I can't see how, but he's on there.
Are you serious?
Larry's I will even look it up right now.
I'm going to look that shit up.
I'm pulling up Spotify right now. That is if it'll load. Okay, Spotify. Where's my fucking search? Larry's Lounge. Yes, it's called Larry's Lounge Cast. It's on Spotify.
Oh my god.
He's got 47 episodes on there. Larry's Lounge Cast.
47.
I'll put the name of it in the Discord. Larry's.
Oh my god, yeah, put it in Discord.
Larry's Lounge Cast. It is a thing. When you type it in, you'll see it. You'll see his picture. Old Larry Loogie himself.
A second.
Oh, you're good.
Oh my god.
You find it?
Yeah, I see it. I got me for a second.
So, whether it's a podcast or music, people choose their preferences, what they want to listen to and what they want to watch. That's like right now with YouTube. YouTube is competing with TikTok, YouTube Shorts. However, I watch YouTube Shorts now more than TikTok because TikTok is such a liberal platform. I'm not gonna give them, or fuck them. But yeah, that's my opinion. Like, what's your full strong opinion on that whole thing?
Like you said, I'm just gonna listen to whatever. I support Joe Rogan. Yeah, there's not so much, which I could care less for because I don't really listen to other music. So.
Exactly.
And my point is, man, if you're gonna speak truth on something, you're gonna cry about something. That's how you lose consumers. That's how you lose customers and support.
Yeah, just remember, everybody, coming from Neil Young, it's either Neil Young or it's Joe Rogan. You can't have both.
Oh, wait. I got the ultimate one. If you ain't for me and you're for Trump, then you are not a Republican.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my bad.
Trump hurt my feelings. Trump told me to grab him by the pussy. I gotta vote for Biden. Oh, wow. Biden's gonna promise me things, even though he's a racist and he's against the black community. And he said that George Floyd is more important than Martin Luther King and probably Harriet Tubman and probably Rosa Parks and all those other, Frederick Douglass, all those important icons. Remember, Black History Month starts up in 2 days. Remember George Floyd, the guy who beats women, the guy who passed off a phony $20 bill, the guy who's on drugs. Remember George Floyd, February 1st, Black History Month.
Don't forget to rub Joe Biden's legs, too.
Yep. Oh, man.
Remember, they go through that because it's that, the thing.
Yep.
It's that thing, right, Mike? The thing.
The thing.
Yeah, that thing.
I've done lost track.
Man, come on, man. The thing, the thing.
The thing.
Oh my God.
I drew a blank.
Yeah, you drew a blank. I'm trying to do a Joe Biden here, damn it. The thing.
Oh yeah. I can't remember now. I've got dementia.
That's right. The thing.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we
do appreciate for y'all out there tuning in and listening to us. We really do appreciate it for your time and support. Very greatly appreciated here.
Yeah, we've done hit the 3-hour mark. It is now 5:00 on the East Coast here. We do want to thank you guys who are listening to us on twitch.tv/arrow with a
So
name.
if you wanna hit that donate button, hit up. I think Mike, you got a PayPal or something?
Yeah, I keep forgetting to promote it. We do have a PayPal link on over there on Twitch. So if you guys want to donate, you feel free to donate to the show. Feel free to do so anytime at all if you guys want. If you are watching us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name, hit that follow. Be sure to follow us on there. If you're watching us on YouTube, our channel Arrow Entertainment, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Check out our podcast every week that we have Tune In Live. Like I said, hopefully when Cypher Xavier, Reverend Tom, when he's back ship shape and all set up, we could do Through the Doorway once again. And now that I even got a new camcorder, thanks to my fiance's family, my in-laws, got a new camcorder. We could do some videos for Through the Doorway here in the coming months. So we check out that. For updates on our future streams, guys, when we're going to be streaming and what we're going to be streaming next, check us out on our Twitter feed at ArrowWAN2022.
And also, I know you're doing that, but also, if we do end up getting struck here or banned here, we're always on Twitch, and hopefully we can get Rumble here going on soon too. So,
what are your, do you have the closing remarks that you?
My closing thing is, we support all truckers for what y'all do, and everybody else out there, frontline people, and where I said earlier in the stream, I thank you all for listening. And like Mike says, follow the links down below and all that. And again, we thank you for your support and time and effort, to listen to us, and hopefully, with our opinion and all that, don't offend you. But we just, again, thank you for your support and listening to us and enjoying and getting a laughter sometimes out of us. And we would definitely be tuned in live the next time when the Hall's boss says we go live.
And remember, everybody, until next time, stay tuned in live. Catch you on the flip.